hit subscribe. Subscribe to my guy, Uncle D. Tell him Big Bad sent you.
Spurling. I'm an attorney here in Houston, Texas. An advocate for black men, largely because I am a black man. I'm a black father. I have black sons. Hey man, I do what I do.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the broadcast. Shout out to everybody in the chat room, man. I'd like to acknowledge Mr. 43TX. Thank you so much for being here. I want to acknowledge Just Being Jazzy podcast clip. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody who is here with me today. You guys make sure you hit the number 1 button. Let me know that you can hear me clearly. And we'll go ahead and get this thing started. As you all know, my name is Dennis Spurling, and I'm a podcast. I've been here for a minute, man. I talk about a lot of things. Largely, I'm an advocate for black men. What that means is I speak up for black men. I had to do this very early on because there wasn't a lot of folk talking positively about black men. We just didn't have that, okay? A matter of fact, it was apropos, if you will, to speak positively about black men in public. You just really weren't supposed to say anything. And so, I took it upon myself to do that. I was not necessarily, I just talk about it. And if anybody has something to say about black men in general, then, I got something to say to you. Now, as of late, I would say since the election of Donald Trump, the racial tone has changed significantly here in the United States. And it is, I would suggest anybody who's involved in anything related to advocacy for black men recognize that it is it important that we protect the entire group. Now, black men and black women, and I'm talking about FBA, shout out to all my FBA brothers and sisters, we have our differences. We have our differences of opinions. But at the end of the day, when we're dealing with outsiders attacking us, outsiders calling our entire nation dirty. Somebody type dirty in the chat room. Somebody type dirty. Can I get some? Let me come back and say it again. Somebody type dirty in the chat room. They said we were dirty. Dirty. Somebody type dirty. Yes. Dirty. Dirty black Americans. Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard somebody call us a bunch of dirty black Americans. The nerve. Now, as you all know, I have a day job. I'm an attorney. I practice law. And so I really couldn't come up in here this week. I had stuff to do, okay? I had business to take care of. I got cases to litigate. And so, I just couldn't come in here. But I'm here now. And you all know that there's a lot of reasons that people call me the Blizzard King. Because I'm ice cold with my delivery, because I don't hold back with the facts, and I'm gonna give it to you. And I know there's been a lot of people who've covered this particular subject matter related to this young woman who had these horrible things to say. Somebody type dirty. Y'all make sure y'all keep typing dirty. And don't let this smile fool you. I'm not happy, okay? Because see, when you talk about dirty, see those two beautiful people over my left shoulder? That's my grandmama and that's my daddy. And those are two black Americans. My granddaddy was from Louisiana, Mansfield, and his mama was from North Carolina, Enfield, actually. And that's their son right there. And I'm named after him. And that lady over there to the left, that's my mama's mama. Somebody type mama's mama. My mama's mama was from Mississippi, and she picked cotton till she was 60 years old. She worked from sun up to sundown. You understand me? And so when you have a person who talks about all black Americans as dirty, guess what you're talking about? You're talking about the people that I love the most. Not only are you talking about me, but you're talking about my ancestors. You're talking about the people that we love. So you might have been having a traumatic moment, but it's not my job to make it any better. You understand what I'm saying? You come with me, I've told people from day one, you come at me with a bad day, I'm gonna make your day worse. That's how I get down. You're gonna learn to hold that trauma. You're gonna keep it to yourself. I don't wanna hear about it. The last thing I'm going to do is allow someone to sit up and talk reckless about foundational black Americans, because all that happens is the people that really don't like us, the people that really, really don't like us will use that as ammunition and throw it right back at us. And we can't have that. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I didn't take it when people were saying bad things about black men. And I'm certainly not going to take it when we got people who are so-called our own black people, or people who are immigrants saying it. We're not having it. Because, see, this is what we know how this goes. There's a saying amongst successful black people. When I say successful, I'm talking about the elite, the talented 10th, the one that y'all been trained not to. You shouldn't want to be like the successful black people. You should want to be like the degenerates and the derelicts. Yeah, the successful black people, and you can look in books like Our Kind of People, and they tell you we don't speak ill about other black people in front of white people. In other words, we don't speak ill about black people in mixed company. And so this is a taboo in our culture. You know that black culture that you say we don't have? Yeah, we don't do that here. And so now you hear black Americans clapping back. Now, again, this is about protecting the black family and standing firm for foundational black Americans. And I like that term. I like FBA. I've been a black American my whole life. And if I throw foundational in front of it, it makes it easy. I've used that particular adjective in court. You understand? I've even started using foundational black American in my filing papers to be more descriptive about who we are. But the bottom line is, you got a woman who went on a public platform and called black Americans dirty black Americans. She didn't misspeak. She didn't correct herself. She stood on it. And when you insult an entire lineage of people, our grandparents, our parents, our children, you are not talking about one person. You're attacking a whole bloodline. And when you attack a bloodline, that bloodline responds. Now, after the backlash, she tried to flip the story, and they said we were overreacting. They said we were targeting a whole community because of one person. But let's be clear, when someone publicly disrespects an entire group of people, the response will also be public. And you don't get to throw a punch at a whole group and then cry victim when that group punches back. That's not how bullying, that's not bullying, that's accountability. And instead of correcting the person who made the comment, you got many people who rush to minimize what was said and criticize our reaction. And they tried to shame us into silence. And that tactic is old, because see, for years, black Americans were expected to ignore disrespect, to keep the peace, to take the high road, right? We're told not to punch down, but silence was never earned. That never earned us any respect. It's only invited more disrespect, because that's how some people are. And so, no, this is not about dogpiling. This is not about setting. What it's about is setting boundaries. If you call an entire group of people, especially my people, dirty, ignorant, or beneath you, don't be surprised when that group of people, us, claps back. See, over here, respect is not optional, it's required. Now, let's deal with the bigger issue. See, this was never just about one comment. Because see, for years, there have been videos and posts and interviews where, Black Americans have been called lazy, cultureless, jealous, or just outright failures. And some have claimed that they're the real Black Americans, okay? Others have said that we have no history and no work ethic and no value. And every time we respond, we hear the same excuses. It's just one person. And it's not just one person. It's not. When the same disrespect keeps showing up from different voices, different platforms, and different moments, that's a pattern. And patterns must be addressed. And we live in an era of internet, and nothing disappears. The words are recorded, attitudes are visible, the messages has been repeated too many times to pretend it's random. And here's where the real problem is. Instead of checking the people who speak out of line, folk try to attack Black Americans for defending ourselves. And that's backwards. See, they want to minimize the insult and magnify the response. Okay? If unity is truly the goal, then respect must come first. You can't build unity on top of contempt. You can't demand solidarity while openly disrespecting our people whose culture shaped the very space you all occupy. Foundation of Black Americans built the culture, the movements, the music, the civil rights, the progress, the institutions in this country. And we did it through struggle, we did it through bloodshed, and we have nothing to be ashamed of, and we have nothing to apologize for. And we're not going to accept being talked down to in our own homeland. And so again, this is not hate, this is not jealousy, this is not victimhood, this is boundary setting. And if you come for our lineage and our history and our families, we're going to respond. And that's not aggression, that's self-respect. Now watch what happens next, okay? Right? Because see, this part is always, they try to rewrite. The response from Black Americans is real simple. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. We weren't sitting around thinking about Haitians. We don't even think about foreigners. Most Black Americans can't point Haiti out on the map. We don't know where Haiti is. We don't know where any of these countries. They are not something that we even acknowledge. We don't even care, okay? We're not hunting for a reason to say anything. All of you all are foreigners as far as most Black Americans are concerned. You are all foreigners, or as they say in Conroe, which is north of Houston, where they have an ensemble of trailer parks. Furners. Y'all are all furners, okay? And spell it any which way you can. A bunch of furners. That's what we think. But the moment somebody jumped big and calls us dirty Black Americans, you open the door wide. And once you open it, you don't get to cry because the air starts moving in. You see? I want you to understand that. It's about accountability. You need to check y'all people, not us. That's basic. Don't come over here trying to discipline the people who got disrespected and discipline the one who did the disrespecting. Because we need to be clear about something. She didn't insult herself. She didn't insult a single person. She insulted a whole lineage. So now the lineage is responding. The other thing is, there's a lot of misplaced energy out there. Folks are asking how you got all this, smoke for FBAs online, right? But you don't keep that same energy for the real problem. You what you mad about? That's not us bullying your people. You see? And that's just, if folk online are saying, don't bring your frustration to Black Americans when Black Americans didn't cause it. Don't show up loud in our spaces but quiet everywhere else. That does not read like courage. It reads like a target you think that won't hit back. That's what it sounds like. And largely, we have not been hitting back. You see? And the whole thing about us being jealous, that's embarrassing. People are straight up laughing. Jealous of what? You think Black Americans are jealous of Haitians or any of these other immigrants? Huh? Well, my thing is this: if you think we jealous of Haitian, well, why are you here? You see, if it's so good there, why are you here? You can't stand in America and benefit from America and then turn around and talk like Black Americans are desperate to be like you. That's delusional. You understand? You getting dragged and you deserve to be dragged. We don't even talk about Haitians like that. We don't wake up thinking about Haitians. We don't sit around obsessed. The only reason Haitians are even being discussed is because somebody brought up FBAs first on a public platform, calling us dirty Black Americans. So no, it's not hate. And it's not dogpiling. It's a reaction. It's retaliation. It's self-respect. And see here, and then here comes a predictable deflection. Every single time, instead of keeping the focus on the woman who went on the podcast and disrespected Black Americans in front of millions of people, they want to flip the script, right? Why y'all bashing Haitians? It was only one person. Y'all must been wanting to say this. And see, that's a con. That's a hustle. That's how they try to turn the offender into the victim and the response into the crime. They want us to be quiet, careful, and polite while somebody publicly spits on our name. And then when we respond suddenly, we're too aggressive. We're too loud, too collective. But they forget one thing. She addressed us collectively, so she's going to get answered collectively. You see? If you throw a blanket insult on the public stage, you don't get to demand a private general reaction. You don't get to throw rocks and then play dead. You don't get to slap the family and then get mad that the family stood up together. And see, that's not how this is going to work. So we need to keep this record straight. This is not about attacking Haitians for sport. This is about a specific public disrespect aimed at foundational Black Americans and the very normal reality that when you disrespect people publicly, you get corrected publicly. And if you can't handle the clapback, then tell your people to stop clapping first. Now, I'm going to let y'all listen to some of these videos because people got a lot to say. Y'all hit the #1 button as you come in. And make sure you chime in. Let me know when you're calling in from. Let's go ahead and check some of the. Well, let's take a look at this. Fair use.
Why? Where you from? What's your background? You American? Dirty Black American?
They look a lot like.
Where'd that come from? Okay, and so now you got. And now you got Black people about to show these folk eating mud pies. Shout out to my man Urban Eagle. So what we have here, again, I'm gonna let you guys see this video. This is a young lady. This is a little snippet of what she said. All right, and I'm gonna let it play through. I'm gonna do my best to be quiet and not talk through it. Okay, I'm gonna do my best, but I can't make any guarantees. All right, let's listen.
I'm Haitian. Why? Where you from? What's your background? You American? Dirty Black American?
They look a lot like pancakes or cookies. The recipe passed down from generations here in Haiti. Women spend entire days making them. Grandmothers, daughters, and younger girls. Infants are nursed while mothers work the mix. Kids seem to enjoy it.
I'm sorry, I can't stop. Look, you over there eating dirt cookies and you all talking about Black Americans are dirty. You eating dirt? Have you never not heard the saying that you are what you eat? You all are calling Black Americans dirty and you are eating dirt. Explain that, okay? Look, it's not about the people and the color. It's about the culture. This is a culture issue that we have. We have our own cultural defects in Black American community, but what you don't hear us doing is talking about other Black people because that's not what we do. Black Americans unify on our ethnicity, which is our race. You will not find us teaming up against a group of Black people for any other reason other than y'all have picked a fight. Y'all done poked a bear, and you should never have. Do you not know the best comedians in the world come out of Black America? And the idea that you all would call us dirty black Americans and you are over there eating dirt. Let me let this video finish.
At least when our camera was around. But these patties, known as bonbon terres by the Haitians who eat them, are a grim reminder of just how poor this Caribbean nation is.
They serving dirt pot pie in the restaurant. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Why would y'all even open up the door for black Americans start examining you? Do you not know that here on Al Gore's internet, all they got to do is Google Haiti and this is what's popular? Why would y'all do that? I can't stop this. I can't stop this. Nobody can stop it. Umar Johnson can't stop it. Farrakhan can't stop it. Nobody can stop this. You all got to watch your mouth. We wouldn't even known about it. We was like the dogs and the cats are safe. And now the dirt is not safe. Now the earth is not safe. You all are over there eating the earth. That's what, look, we look at Google Maps and we see on the Dominican Republic side, they got these beautiful lush trees and all this beautiful landscape. And then when you look at the Dominican, look at the Haitian side, it's just, they took all the trees. What happened to the trees? So y'all eating the dirt and the trees, y'all gonna end up in the Atlantic Ocean, you're gonna eat all the dirt. Damn. Why did y'all get us started? I'm not laughing, and I don't want anybody in this chat room to laugh. These children over here eating dirt, and y'all call us dirty. They're eating dirt. You've been eating dirt, what they call them, bonbon pies. That's what, and you serving them in a restaurant like they supposed to be delicious. That's dirt. Eating dirt.
Hey, granddaddy. Hello.
You didn't even touch it. Man, that's bad.
Mac and cheese. Stop at Sonya for mac and cheese. Right.
And see, this is a black family. This is the cookout. This is the notorious cookout that we eat mac and cheese. If I ever find out that somebody put dirt in the mac and cheese, I'm leaving. I remember I was a little boy, and my grandma's friend from church came over. You know, I like to eat. I still like to eat. And so I saw my grandma sitting in her big chair, a big Barker lounge chair to kick back and put her feet up, you know, in front of the TV with the wrench in it. And, and I noticed she wasn't eating her friend's food. She said, no, just give me a little bit. But I got me a big plate. And I went on back to the back of the house. We had this long row house. And I got me a plate and I went to eat the food. And I brought it straight back. It was too much salt, and she must have confused the salt with the pepper, the sugar, whatever. And she brought it. Looked delicious, okay? But the minute I didn't see my grandma eating it, I should have knew. If I ever hear that they serving dirt pies in the restaurant, I'm not going in. I understand now why Haitian cuisine is not at the top. I mean, I would think you all are part French, right? Y'all the black French people. And now I see why. I'm just saying. Look, I got love for you, baby. I don't even know nothing about y'all like that, man. But you call us dirty black Americans. How dare you? How dare you call us dirty? Y'all eating dirt. And this is what we eat. Somebody type mac and cheese in the chat room. Somebody type mac and cheese.
She's serving the mac, okay? Y'all don't walk past her.
With gloves on. They got gloves on. They got gloves. That's what it is. We don't want no dirt.
Yeah, you gotta come with They couldn't even go. We ain't mama your auntie and cousins on the grill. Hey y'all. Looking good.
Thank you, baby. Yes. Yeah. See that? They got gloves on. We don't even want dirt crumbs on our food. Y'all got the nerve to sit up here and call us dirty black Americans. Y'all eating dirt. Now we have something called mud pies, but it don't have no mud in it. Okay? Why would y'all get us started like that? Why? Somebody type why in the chat room. Why? I don't want these black folk to jump on y'all. But y'all started this. You started, let's continue. Y'all still with me? Let's continue. I'm just trying, I'm just trying to make heads and tails of this thing. Okay, and so far it's not good. Let's go ahead and listen to some more people. Let's listen to it again. Let's keep going.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I'm Haitian.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Where you from? What's your background? You American? Dirty black American? Huh? What?
Wait, what you say?
American?
Man,
Black American? What?
No. Hold on. You said dirty black.
Fair
American.
use, fair use.
You just asked me what I said.
I mean, she got a whole weave in the back of her head. You got that whole horse tail in the back of your baby. You know your hair ain't that long. You know your hair not that long. That's not the hair to grow out your hair natural. I can't get over these dirt pies, but let's keep going.
I did.
Why you say that?
Because that's what y'all.
Y'all must have forgot.
Okay, I ain't gonna let that mess up what I got going on. But let's look at now. Now they going to the internet. They doing documentaries on Haiti. I didn't want this for y'all. I didn't want this for y'all. I didn't. Look at this. Let it play. Look, that's where y'all living. Y'all call it dirty black Americans. It looked like a bunch of empty egg cartons out there. That's what it looked like to me. Okay? I'm not laughing at the poverty, okay? I don't want to see no black people on the earth poor. But you are the poorest black people on the planet. And black Americans are the richest black people on the planet. Let me run that back to you, okay? Haitians are the poorest black people on the planet, and foundational black Americans here in America, my homeland, are the richest black Americans on the planet. And you got the nerve to call us dirty. That was a mistake. That was just a mistake. You probably shouldn't have said that. Because I'm looking at this right here. Look at that. I don't see no dogs and cats. I'm saying I don't see no dogs and cats. I don't even see no dirt. Y'all done ate the dirt and the dogs and the cat. That ain't, damn, you deserve this. Y'all call us, remember I'm a black American. You was calling us dirty black. I got something for you. I've been busy all week. I couldn't come back. So I'm late, but here we go. Yeah. You got the chickens. I want y'all to think about this. Why would you pick a fight with us and we wasn't bothering you? We can't even show you where Haiti is. We don't know where Haiti is. If it don't go there on the cruise, then we don't know nothing about it. All right, let's keep listening to some other people.
Haitian woman that went on that Black American podcast, surrounded by Black Americans, and then completely unprovoked started calling them dirty Black Americans.
That's what she did.
Is why there's being such a push for delineation, especially in the last few years. And for me,
I think the word is delineation, baby. I think it's delineation. But you go ahead and keep talking.
I don't really do like the diaspora wars. I don't. But I've always had the understanding that not all skin folk is kinfolk. And I've always had the mindset, I root for everyone that is black that would also root for everyone black. So if you're not rooting for me because
that's part of our culture. Part of black culture is we align on our blackness. We don't align on tribe and nationality and culture. If you black, you black. Whether you light-skinned black, short black, tall black, wooden leg in the kickstand black, blackity black, all the way black, midnight black, light bright, damn near white black, you're black. We don't have all these divisions. We can't afford it. There's not enough of us up here. We are surrounded by people who've been trying to get rid of us for hundreds of years. Okay? So we don't do that. So it's natural for a foundational black American to want to unify on blackness. That's why we have been so accepting to people who have come to this country and tethered themselves to the black American ideology, experience, and history. And now we're like, nah, we need to delineate because these folk are taking advantage of our kindness. And that's over. But let's go ahead and let this lady finish talking. Go ahead, baby. See what you're going to say.
Black American, I ain't got to root for you. Mm-hmm. But I always want black people to be on top. Yes. And it's so weird because as she was sitting there, she was dressed as a typical black American. She wasn't dressed in what they wear in Haiti. She wasn't dressed by whatever a Haitian or traditional Haitian would wear. And I think that's really...
We see what they were wearing in Haiti. They were not wearing a lot in Haiti. But go ahead.
Really interesting that you come to America, you dress like us, you look like us, you walk like us, you even have an accent like us, but you can't stand us. Mind you, she has a business in the Bronx doing brows. But why wouldn't you do that in Haiti? We're so dirty, we're so this. And it's a weird, because in the diaspora, there's this weird idea.
She gonna lose some business. She gonna lose a lot of business. I can see that now. But go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
You know, or this weird, not even idea, this misunderstanding that Black Americans don't know where they're from, or they have no.
We know where we from. We from here. Why are we the only group of Black people that you ask where we from? Why don't y'all ask those people in Guyana where they from? And I'm not talking about Ghana, okay? For my people who can't spell. Guyana, okay? Guyana, okay? Or why don't you ask the people from Belize where they're from? You don't do that. They say they're from Belize is good. But when you ask a Black American where we from, we like, I'm from here. What you mean? How long do we have to be here to be from here? Our ethnogenesis was here. In other words, our ethnicity arrived from here. Yes, we are of African descent. I'm not one of these people who's going to sit up here and tell you that we're not of African descent, but we're not African. First of all, Africa is a continent. North America is a continent. Okay, the United States is a nation. You got different nations in Africa: Ghana, Togo, Benin, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, etc. Okay, I am of African descent, which means I have African genetics, African DNA, etc. But like most Black Americans, we got more. We got a little Native American in there, got a little European. That sixth great-grandfather was probably a white man. You understand? But our ethnogenesis was here. We are a people of this land. We don't need to be here another 400 years to convince you all that we are people of this land. Okay? We are who we are. But let's keep going.
Culture. And it's weird because they consume it. America's biggest export is Black culture, but it's through the lens of white Hollywood. And for me, I watch a lot of K-dramas, I watch a lot of C-dramas.
I can see you watch a lot of TV, baby. You need to get out a little bit more. May I suggest maybe get a little walking regimen in? Maybe a little walking regimen in. That's what I suggest you do. Okay, because you need to get away from that television. I'm just looking at you, babe. I care about you. If I was your uncle or your daddy, I'd say, look now, baby girl, you need to get on out and get your little sunlight. Get them hips moving, get those feet moving, okay? Because you're clearly sitting around a little too much, okay, baby? You said that girl dressed like you. That girl don't dress like you, baby. Baby, you are clearly 38. You're a little stout, okay? She don't dress like you. She wear about a size 6, and you wear about a size 19 or 20, okay? And I'm not talking about shoe, okay? So I'm gonna let you keep talking. Let her keep talking. Go ahead, girl. Baby, go ahead.
I would never, ever watch, K-dramas, C-dramas, and then go to Korea, and then go to China, and then say, you know what, let me speak on y'all's politics. Let me speak on your culture. I would never do that. And yet within the diaspora, that's what constantly happens. They see this, usually a white lens of Black American culture, and then they speak, and then they come here, and then they look around, they say,
Stop blaming the white people. These Black folk know what the hell they're doing. You don't think they have TikTok? And there's no filter on TikTok. This is the age of social media. Okay? This is the age of social media. These people know exactly what's going on in here. They don't have a white lens filtering them. They can look on Facebook or TikTok and see what you're doing. Okay? They don't. Now look, Dr. Sharon said, don't attack her like, baby, I ain't attacking her. I'm just saying, look, the little walking regimen in. That's all I'm saying. I ain't trying to attack nobody. I'm trying to help people, baby. Dr. Sharon, don't be over here mad at me. I'm just saying the little lady need to do a little walking. I'm losing weight. I've lost, remember last month I was in here talking about I was angry and hungry because my wife put me on a diet that I didn't like. Well, I've lost 6 pounds. I'm proud of me. Somebody say, shout out to Uncle D. Look at me. I lost 6 pounds. I'm saying. Don't be mad at me, baby. Come on now, Auntie. Auntie Sharon, let's let the little lady finish talking.
There's all these programs, there's all these this. I don't understand why you can't get ahead. Meanwhile, the programs that you're utilizing was made and given on the sweat, the tears, the blood, and even the lives of Black Americans, the very people that you claim to hate, the very people that you have no problem, you know, like,
yeah, I ain't say nothing about a little nose ring. I ain't say nothing. That's obvious. I'm speaking from a place of love and care. Okay, don't be judging me.
Where we going at? Right, Jim. Find y'all something else to do, boo. Because Clark, we tired of y'all. We do not think about y'all, but yet we always on y'all mind. Always on y'all mind. Y'all come in our spaces. Cause why are you on a Black American podcast? If you don't like Black Americans, I ain't got time for it. I'm not for the bullshit.
Her beauty studio is called the Beauty Bandit Beauty Studio. The Beauty Bandit.
Somebody type Beauty Bandit in the chat room. I don't know if you can dox me. It look like you trying to dox this lady. I don't want to have no parts of this now, ma'am. I'm not trying to get involved in all this doxing. I'm going to fast forward you. Y'all want to go over there and get your eyebrows done anyway. Get you a good mud pie and some Crayola and chill out. I'm not going to let y'all dox this poor girl. She need more help. Let's see what this other one got to say.
Called the Beauty Bandit. She's a brow artist.
I'm going to let you dox her. Let's go to
come and sit on somebody's couch and call them dirty black or dirty and black. I don't know what world you're coming from. So be such a classy, elegant type of that don't give that. If that's the persona you was trying to give, it didn't give that. It didn't give that. It gave you feel like you're superior, and we're all trying to figure out why. Because if you don't like or not fond of Black dirty Americans, why are you sitting on a Black dirty American couch trying to get a Black dirty American coin?
Damn, y'all really, I ain't say, this is not me saying, you telling me, y'all mad at me for telling the little lady she need to get a little walking regimen in. Why don't you be mad at these people talking about these Haitians?
When they corrected you on there or brought that, they like, why you say that? You got the nerve to sit there and be apologetic and act like what you confused as to why they felt like that's insulting. You can't walk in nobody's house, podcast, job, whatever of theirs and call them no type of dirty, you weird ass.
Ma'am, you got I've been bleeping out some of this language. I've been bleeping out somebody type family friendly in the chat.
And you ain't finna call nobody dirty and black and then expect them to pay you. Stupid ass. If you don't like it here so much, if you think you're finna be here and
why'd y'all get them started? Those
motherfucking people, then take your ass back to Haiti where you feel like you're more superior. We over here fighting for all black people rights.
Right.
And you over here trying to separate within the black culture, and that shit is just ironic and weird.
That's right.
You sat here and said, because it's my experience. It's what I experienced.
Somebody need to rub her shoulders. She's stressed. She need a little. You got to get, she's stressed out. See how she tight right there? She ready to fight. You can't, I don't know why y'all got them started like this. You can't say that. Look, you can't say, I used to call black women lovely ladies when they would do something. They was mad at me for calling them lovely ladies. Somebody type lovely ladies. You can't say nothing. And you don't call them dirty black. Ooh, you talk about all of us, but I'm just saying, let's keep listening. Somebody say she's passionate. She sure is. She's very much
You experience Black dirty America, but you still on Black dirty American soil. Really? But then the moment motherfucker starts talking about where you came from or how she looking up over there, then it's it's wrong.
Yes.
We wrong. And the crazy part is, I really feel like if that was a black woman's podcast, you probably would never got away with calling nobody no Black dirty American.
Yeah, like the brothers had to hold back because they couldn't lay into it like they wanted to, because otherwise they look like bullies and so on and so forth. But let's keep going.
Did on them niggas podcast, because honestly, God,
ma'am, you were doing great. Then you threw an N-bomb in there. I'm trying to stay monetized. You can't drop the N-word. Darn it, we were doing great until she dropped the N-bomb up in there. Speaking of N-bombs, I need you N-bombs to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm about 150 people away from having 95,000 people. I need you all to go ahead. Let me see where we at. Have you all subscribed to the channel? Somebody type N-bomb in the chat room. Let me look at my little Everybody else getting 100,000. I should be up here talking about Anton Daniels, and then I would have more subscribers because I want to talk about history and social events and so on and so forth. I haven't increased. I need you all to subscribe to the channel. I need 170, 169 people to subscribe to my channel right now so that I can get where I need to get, okay? I need to get to where I need to get. Y'all go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now, okay, as we let these ladies cook. Really, they roasting. But get them subscriptions up. Don't play these silly games.
I would have had a sister waiting outside the parking lot for your ass.
Ooh-wee.
Looking confused. Oh, I'm sorry. It's like that's what we going around here. Where you at when we around here calling each other black dirty Americans? Why you sitting here making it seem like, oh, you just so baffled that that's insulting? You won't walk in nobody's house calling them no black dirty American because you'll get your ass beat the fuck up.
Man, I'm going to get her up out of here because I don't want to lose what little monetization I got. Y'all, let's move on to the next one. Y'all hit the number one button. Let's keep it pushing. Look at this pretty lady. Go ahead, baby. What you got to say?
American? That's wild. Reminds me of a time that
Wait, they wasn't talking about you.
Just met, mind you. Asked me what I was. Black. Mind you, they too are black. Afro-Caribbean. That my family.
Fellas, I want you to stay away from women like this. If you are under the age of 40, you don't want to deal with no woman like this. If you are under the age of 40, don't deal with a woman like this. This woman right here, this woman is not to be played with. Okay, I can tell. Okay, she is all up over you. You think that you stand a chance, you don't. Okay, you don't stand a chance with a woman like this. She will have you coming and going at the same time. Okay, she will take your lunch money. All right, I'm just saying this is a tiger right here. This is a tiger. Don't mess with her. Leave her alone. Leave her alone.
From Alabama and Mississippi, foundational Black American for Black grandparents. Well, mostly Black.
Yes,
anyway,
Lord.
but foundational Black American, they were like, oh, I thought you were a regular Black person. No, you didn't. That's why you asked me. Because ain't shit regular about me and ain't shit regular about any of us.
Yeah, leave her alone. She's a Hampton, Howard graduate. She'd probably hang out in the Hamptons with her friends. Don't mess with her. Leave her alone. I know y'all, she's so beautiful. You don't want none of this. I done dealt with women like this in my life. Okay, I ain't really trying to have all these conversations. I'm not. Whew, Lord Jesus, you don't want to be dealing with somebody like this. Too much. If you're under 40, leave her alone. Leave her alone.
Not regular, and you know it. Happy Black History Month.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. We're gonna go ahead and leave now. Thank you so much. We don't want to deal with her, but she made some good points. She didn't look like a dirty Black American to me. All right, let's go on to some more people.
Y'all all seen that video of the Haitian girl saying dirty Black Americans on Instagram? If you haven't seen this on Instagram,
we saw
I think that it's called Daily Wrap Up Crew, whatever. I'm not a fan of that podcast, but I've seen a couple episodes. I'm not a fan.
Okay.
But it's too much ignorance that goes on there, and that was prime example number one as to why I don't watch that, because why was that even said? Dirty Black Americans. Girl, what?
She had it on. It was something she had planned to say. It probably wasn't the first time she said it. Probably wasn't the first time she heard it. That's what got all us looking suspicious.
Like, look at you. You're inspired by Americans. Everyone in America is inspired by Americans, whether y'all getting lash extensions, nails done, whatever. Y'all all inspired by Black Americans. White, Hispanic, Dominican, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Honduran. Y'all are all inspired by us. So what was the hate for? And I don't appreciate also how the Black Americans are sitting here calling her a dirty Haitian, saying they eat dirt in her country. They so dirty in her country. They da-da-da. No, yeah, they got to come here for a better life in that country. And that country is going through a lot with their president and stuff like that, like all this other stuff, their government. But like, that don't mean that y'all have to.
You see, Black people got a lot to say about this. Y'all made us look. Okay, you all have made us look at your situation. You can't point your finger at one person and not expect three to be pointed back.
The whole entire country, like just like she did for y'all. That's why we keep fighting hate with hate, and it just don't make sense. That's why the diaspora wars keep happening. It's just not making no sense to me, y'all. Why I'm trying to come at her outfit, come at her lisp, go on her page, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do different stuff like that. Unless you.
No, we gonna come at her because she came at us. You picked on us, and we gonna pick on your team. That's how it works. You can't talk. That's how it works, baby. You can't. When you pick a fight with somebody, you can't judge them for how they respond. That's how that works, you know.
I feel like people need to come at you like and generalize your community when they can't say something personally about you. She's dead ass wrong. She's dead ass wrong, but like y'all kind of wrong too.
No, we not. We not wrong, baby. We not wrong because this is our country. And if you come up here calling us dirty black Americans, then we need to check you on that because there are white racist bigots who will take those statements and turn around and use them against us. We've seen it happen in the black community. We've seen it between black men and black women. And we've seen all these fights that's been ginned up. I go and I put myself back in the 1980s and 90s and I look at all those videos of black women who are basically put on TV and just let them say whatever comes to their mind about black men. And it's taken us 40, 50 years to deal with that, okay? And so we are not going to sit around and just let people talk bad about us, especially black women. They just never have done that. So this is where we at, okay? Let's let her finish.
Happy Black History Month. If that was me, I would have posted that in March. I know y'all wanted y'all podcast to go viral and y'all wanted to expose her for being a hating, a hating girl, but like, don't do that during my month. Don't do that during Black History Month, y'all. Happy Black History Month, y'all.
Yeah, this is it's been a very interesting Black History Month, hasn't it been? Let's look at this lady.
To go on that podcast and call black Americans dirty? Yeah, no. We don't stand for that. We're not in.
What the hell did she say? What ISIS? Did she say ISIS?
To that. Listen, we are not gonna call black Americans dirty. Like, why would we do that? Like, for one,
maybe that's how y'all really feel. Cause that's what we thinking. We thinking maybe that's how y'all really feel. Y'all sitting up there talking bad about it. Those words rolled off her mouth real easy. Wasn't it for it looked like she had practiced. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like she had said it before. Okay? But let's let you finish.
A lot of us were born here. Just because both of our parents are Haitian descent, we were born here. We're black. We're American. We were born here.
Yeah, but you're not foundational black American. See, that's the difference. That's why we're delineating. You can be black and American because you are black and you live in America, but you're not foundational black American. That's why we delineate it, okay? Just like when y'all delineate, when one of your kids get accepted to 12 universities, Ivy League universities on the East Coast, you delineate, we're gonna delineate.
For you to actually open your mouth and agree with the fact that you called them dirty is sickening to me.
You saying it too much. Why you keep repeating what she said? You keep saying dirty black. Why you keep repeating that? Look like you enjoy. It's like when a white man saying, you shouldn't say the N-word, and they keep saying the N-word. The N-word's a horrible word to say. These N-words you shouldn't say the N-word is bad. You saying it too much. Seem to me like you might be doing a little trolling. Seem to me like you want to say it too. And you're saying it. That's what I'm just saying. I'm saying somebody type suspicious in the chat room. Somebody type suspicious in the chat room.
It's just like the way when I was in high school, the people used to bully me and say certain things about Haitians. You're making it okay for people to say things about Haitians. You're opening up that door for people to talk junk about Haitians. We do not.
We gonna do it. I don't care how many Milli Vanilli, whatever you said, we're gonna do it. Milli Vanilli can't save you, baby. Okay? Nobody, Nubia, none of that's gonna save you. All right?
Stand with her. She is on her own. I don't know where she got that from. I don't know why she said that.
You know where she got it from. She got it from you all. That's what you say. That's what you've been saying. This is not the first time. Just cut it out. We know what you're doing.
On a podcast that went viral. I don't know what's wrong with Shorty. She might have hit her head before she walked up in there.
No, but she's saying what your culture says say. That's comfortable. They're comfortable saying. That's
we ain't sticking with that. I stand with my black Americans. I love my African Americans. I love my black people in general because I am a black, beautiful woman, a Haitian woman at that. I will.
Don't run now. Don't run now. We capping now. We are roasting now. We are back. We are in the game. You done poked the bear.
Not stand for that.
You ain't got to stand up for it, but you gonna hear it. You are gonna hear it, baby. You gonna hear it, and you gonna need more rags on your head than that. Keep going.
Haitian woman talking about dirty African Americans. No, she said dirty black Americans. I hope this is not gonna become a thing because that's stupid as fuck. Like, we're all African rooted. There's no need For us to be going against each other like that, like that's stupid. Like, bitch, at the end of the day, these European people view us as Negroes. So I don't understand that.
Okay, baby, I really was distracted. You got the nose ring, look like a little snot bubble dribbling from the tip of your nose, and you got too much going on, baby. Let's listen to somebody else.
Damn, my shit crispy as hell. Anyways, I know y'all seen that video of that Haitian girl coming in that room with full of black Americans, and she called them dirty black Americans, you know, like that shit was funny or something. But you see Doggy Bone cut right into her ass. And these is the people that y'all think that we need to let up on? Hell no, bro. If you feel this way, why ain't your ass back in Haiti somewhere? That's what I'm saying, nigga. We gotta keep our foot on these niggas' neck, bro.
Watch the language, sir. Watch your language.
Like, all gas, no break. Fuck what y'all talking about.
And you hear what now how we stop this? Y'all, why would you come to somebody else's country and pick a fight with them? I don't understand that. You come to somebody else's country and pick a fight with them, and then you say, oh, well, we can't be divided. You picked the fight. This is your culture. Your culture says to say these things about black Americans. You all have gotten too comfortable now that you got a few more numbers and you're saying these things, and it's not going to work out well for you. Let's let them keep talking.
The delineation movement is here, nigga, and I'm going to keep my foot on these niggas' neck because our...
You too many N-words, sir. I'm going to have to let you go, sir, respectfully. Just too many N-words. Just say what you have to say, and let's keep it pushing. Okay, maybe I'm in my unk phase now. Okay, I don't want to hear all that rabbity rap music. I know T.I. got a new song out. I don't want to hear none of that. Okay, just don't want to hear none of that. Sit up here and listen to some old school. That's it. Let's keep it pushing.
Girl that went on a podcast and called black Americans dirty, we don't side with that. I'm a Haitian and I don't agree, and that was her opinion. It's not the majority, it's a minority, because I love my African American people. So whatever her opinion is not the same with me. I want you to remember that not everyone feels that way. So yeah, that's her opinion, not ours.
Yeah, I know, but you know some people who feel that way, baby. That's the problem. See, we are not stupid, okay? We are not a stupid people, and we know if she felt that comfortable saying those horrible things, calling us dirty black Americans, that's something that you all do in your culture. That's a sentiment, okay? And all you did was just let us know, oh, that's how y'all really feel. Okay, thank you. Let's keep it pushing.
Girl that called us dirty black Americans, right? The Lord must know not to bring me in that type of situation because it would have went the fuck down, right? So,
watch your language, bonnet lady. You at that great big old age, you need to watch your language on the internet. Okay? I'm going to let you finish, but you watch that mouth. I want to hear all that cussing in my house.
So, okay? I've got a couple of these.
I can't see that.
And I think I found the Instagram.
Y'all track this girl down.
Go on and do what y'all do.
You don't hear that from me. I ain't saying do nothing. Let's hear what this brother got to say. Hit the number one.
Black American dirty. Man, y'all come check this shit out, man.
Where you from? What's your background? You American? Dirty black American?
Wait, what?
Huh?
State.
Wait, what you say?
Black American? What?
No. Hold on. You said dirty black American.
You heard that? You just asked me what I said. I did.
Why you said that?
Because that's what y'all are. Dirty.
You see me, I'm from Miami, and we got a lot of Haitians down here in Miami. And one thing we've noticed is that the Haitians have abandoned their whole culture in order to blend in with black American culture. Cosplaying till they can't even play no more. I don't understand how you diss people who you copy the most, the same people who let you into their culture. And now you act, talk, and walk like that. She's literally sitting in that chair with a wig and baby hairs. Where they do that at in Haiti at? Last time I checked, that's not what they rock out in Haiti. Do we got to show y'all pictures of how y'all look back at home? And yeah, we know.
I'd like to see.
It was not all y'all, But we also know that you guys do not check your own when they get to talking crazy like this. So we might as well put all y'all in one box. And this is exactly why we're delineating, because all this weird hidden animosity that y'all got for us and not for the oppressors that made you have to leave your island and come over here.
Why don't they have this animosity for the Dominicans? That's what where all the Haitians at? Why don't y'all go to the DR and sit up and call them a bunch of dirty? Why don't y'all do that? You got all this energy and all this rah-rah for foundational Black Americans. Why don't y'all go try that in the DR? Somebody typed the DR was right in the chat room. Somebody typed the DR was right. I see why y'all don't have a good relationship with your neighbors. Because you all say some foul things. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's weird, bro. And especially down here in Miami. Growing y'all hair out is not a part of y'all culture. The way Kodak Black look right now, that's not a part of Haiti's culture. Remember, y'all mamas and daddies had y'all with the bald head all the way up to 10th grade. That's when you started growing wigs for real. The same way we call it cultural appropriation for white people, we probably need to call it cultural appropriation for all you other groups of non-Black Americans as well too. But anyways, y'all boys stay up top.
Y'all make sure y'all go check out that fella. Let's keep it pushing.
Police officer, therefore let me go ahead and abide by orders. Can I do that?
So what that says is Haitian mom goes viral over filthy CPS inspection footage. You all calling us dirty Black Americans.
Look at this. I'm talking to a police officer, therefore let me go ahead and abide by orders. Can I do that? Thank you very much. So this is my home, and which they excuse me, I'm in the camera now, so I don't know if you want to appear. The CPS lady says she doesn't want to be on the camera. Okay, they said they wanted to see my kids. I can't open the door and let the kids run around so that you can yell at me for letting the kids run around. You understand that? Okay, so go ahead, Miss CPS, come on in. You're free to come in.
Y'all call us dirty. That's how you living. I'm just saying. I'm just pointing out something that looks. If you had a dog living in that, they would put you in jail for animal abuse. If you had an animal living in that filth, and you got your children living in there, and you call us dirty. I'm just saying, family. I'm just saying. Let's keep it pushing. Let's keep on moving. Moving right along.
I do not know you. Give me a second. You have to slow down. My fridge, my sink, the bathroom is in the back. Okay, take a second. Excuse me, honey. There's people. Back up. Back up. This is mess because it's an efficiency, so therefore the kids need activity to be, activitations.
This is not very safe. And
that's safe. This is mushroom.
It's nasty.
This is mushroom. This is cereal. You know why I have the box of cereal out here? And
somebody type nasty in the chat room. That's nasty.
In the backyard there's a playground. And there's sun in the backyard, and I am a broke mom, single mom.
Really?
And which I can already, right there,
broke
right there.
And single.
On the floor.
The bed is dirty.
The bed is fine.
No, the bed is dirty.
Please come check the bed. Please come check the bed.
Okay.
Please come check the bed. Please bring your tools, because you just called me dirty, and you just called me a horrible mother. Please get inside my home.
Yeah,
Please
you're
get inside my
right.
home.
You are. That is dirty, and you are a horrible mother, ma'am. Your house is that filth. You can't sit around and clean up. Clean up don't cost anything. That's a little energy. That's nasty. Since you got to put the spotlight on us, y'all putting the spotlight on Black Americans, we're going to put the spotlight on you. Don't get mad now. See, don't get mad now. You talked about us, all our family members. You talked about all our ancestors, and y'all get mad because Black people like, oh, hold up, wait a minute. That's not how this works. You don't come to other people's country and talk bad about the people who've been there. You're a horrible guest. That's what you are, and it doesn't feel good, does it? Well, how do you think it feels after dealing with all the racial insults and disrespect that we as foundational Black Americans have to deal with? And then we got Black people who wear our skin, who come to our country, and then got the nerve to fix their funky lips and call us dirty Black Americans or say anything. And see, it's not just the Haitians. It's the other Black immigrants too. So this is not supposed to feel good. It's supposed to feel like what it feels like. This is you going low and we going lower, because the low man wins in a situation like this. Let the video play.
You just call me dirty and a horrible mother on a Monday morning or Saturday, whatever it is.
Where do they shower?
The shower over here, because I'm Haitian and we don't shower the way you shower. Please hold yourself. So therefore we shower right there outside under the sun. And we have pool days and outside days and toys in the...
Look at that filth on the ground over there. Look at that filth on the ground.
Water. And then there's a trampoline in the back. And what do we do? Army training. No, we don't use the shower. The shower is just for presentation. Because I'm Haitian and I shower outside.
I'm Haitian and I shower outside. That's your culture. And you got the nerve to call us dirty. That's your culture. I'm just saying, this is out of this woman's mouth. You wanted to put the light on us, and all you did was put the light on yourself. My Bible tells me when you dig a grave, you dig one next to it, because that's where you're gonna be in. You understand? Well, let's keep going.
With a box of food in which they lie, that's where they play because they're children. And I can also sleep outside as well. Due to the fact that this is my backyard in which I pay rent for.
Sleep outside.
Go ahead, step outside.
Sleep outside and shower outside. Well, you might as well just live outside, baby.
Supervisor, and I'll get my video ready.
Who hitting this? Why does this woman have 2 small children? Who is smashing this? What low self-esteem having dude hit that twice and ran up in her raw twice and gave her 2 children knowing how she lived? Who did it? I want whoever her baby daddies are. I want them to be contacted right now. And I want them to ask the question, why? Why would you ever? Because if her floor looked like that, I bet it stank up in there. I bet, you know what? That's probably a sugar daddy. She probably got about a 57-year-old, 63-year-old sugar daddy that did that. Drop off about $200-300 every month. That's what this is. Good Lord.
No, they're not in daycare. They're with me in my efficiency home with a playground in the backyard and a box of food outside and where we shower outside. Please don't call the supervisor. Make it quick. I don't have all day, nor do I have all morning. Let me close the door.
All that fast talking. You better calm down.
Please close the gate if you can. I can do that for you guys.
Yeah, this is horrible. This is horrible. These are just videos I've seen on the internet. This is not anything. This is available on TikTok. This is not me doing it. All of this is available. Let's go back to something else.
I want to know what is the issue, because I'm seeing a Haitian girl, she doing an interview or something like that. Mm-hmm. And she asking him, are you American? Are you a dirty American? You a dirty American? Whoa, like, what's the issue?
What's the issue?
I'm trying to say, what's the issue between
I want to know too.
Us Black Americans? What do we do to y'all?
I don't know.
How we dirty?
I don't even know.
Like, in my mind, I fuck with Caribbean people.
Yeah, what did we do to y'all that got y'all so mad over here? I mean, you got ran out your own country. You should be mad at your own countrymen. That's why you're not in your country. You got ran out your own country by your own countrymen. Okay? And then you come up here and got the nerve to talk bad about us. I don't understand that.
I fucks with y'all. But it seemed like y'all don't fuck with us for some apparent reason. I'm like, you guys always be coming at us so crazy. We don't got no culture. Y'all don't got no culture. Mm-hmm. This is not. It's just jabs. And
they say it in our country. This is what I want you to understand. They come to our country to talk bad about us. I mean, think about that. You are not even from here. My family's been here for generations. And I'm talking 6, 7, 8 generations. And you got the nerve to talk bad about us. I don't understand that. How rude.
Jabs. What did we do to y'all? I thought we was cool. I thought we was one. We still one. But it seemed like it's just we separated. I'm so confused what's going on.
No, it's their rude behavior and their mouths that have caused Black Americans to say, hold on a minute, we need to leave these people alone. That's what's going on.
Pissing me off is this Haitian woman goes and says those disrespectful ass comments on that platform that she shouldn't have been allowed to speak one more word on. And
no, I want all of these folks to get on the internet and say whatever it is they want to say, and I want you all to get your little pens and your pieces of paper and jot down and take notes. Let them talk. Let them talk. I want to hear everything they have to say. No need. This is the age of Aquarius. It's the age of truth. And we want these people to say whatever it is they want to say, okay? Because Black Americans have been living in this fictitious world that makes us think that everybody sees the world from our perspective. Just because they're Black doesn't mean they want to unify with us. It's the same thing with the Africans. Hey, look, I'm just saying, these people come over here with these issues. This is not us. This is not our fault. And that's the subject I want to talk about. We feel guilty about the fact that, you know, we can't unify with all these black people. That's why black Americans want to unify so much. But these people can't even unify in their own countries. Don't feel guilty about it. They brought that conflict over here with them. You understand me? I want you black folks to understand. We're doing, I mean, this is a social MRI, if you will, okay? Socio-political. Let's listen to the little lady talk.
Now that black Americans are saying things and defending themselves, I'm seeing people in their comment sections talking about we need to all be sticking together. We're brothers and sisters of the diaspora. Don't go low like her. We were mistreated when we came here. I was teased when I was 11 years old. Okay,
every immigrant group gets mistreated when they come here. Whether you're talking about the Irish, the Italians, the Polish, hell, even everybody gets mistreated. Nobody is exempt from that. But it's not like they were hanging you from trees like they did the Irish or the Italians. Hell, did you know the Irish had to fight the KKK when they first got here before they joined them? So again, everybody gets teased. Why are you blaming that on us? What do we have to do with that? You know, any reason to justify them lashing out at it. This is jujitsu, them trying to reverse this victimhood thing. Let's keep listening.
A lot of us said ignorant shit when we were children. But now these are grown-ass adults coming over here, calling us dirty black Americans, saying that black people have no culture, and getting upset that we have issue with the bullshit. And doing all of this in Black History Month.
In Black History Month. They done already took Essence Festival. Now they trying to ruin Black History Month. You hear what I'm saying, man? I'm saying it's time to delineate, baby. I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. Let's listen to a couple more, and then we're going to get to work.
I seen that video of the Haitian girl who called us dirty black Americans, right?
We all saw it.
It's crazy that I know for a fact that people from foreign countries have always felt like black people were. So listen, when I was in 12th grade, I moved from Georgia to Florida. Now, mind you, I moved from a very, very, very country town, no Walmart.
And you sound country too. You sound country. What kind of bonnet is this she have on her head? This is a new kind of bonnet. What kind of homemade potato sack bonnet is this young lady has on top of her head? What is this? Okay, somebody explain. Where can I get that? Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? I was in Homerville, but I was in Valdosta. There's Walmart and stuff in Valdosta. But when you were in that part of Georgia, the only other culture that you would see is probably like a Mexican or a Chinese person, right?
Yep.
You don't know anything else about anything else, right?
Nope.
And half the time, you're not familiar with the fact that there's not only just Mexicans, there's Cubans, there's Puerto Ricans, there's Dominicans.
Shout out to Sherry. Did I say it? Sherry Knight. Thank you so much, Sherry. I appreciate you. Y'all leave Sherry Knight alone. She's one of those women. Sherry Knight is one of those women you don't want to mess with unless you're 40. I can see that right now. But let's go ahead.
And if you see a person that looks like they're African, you just gonna say, oh, they African. You don't think that they may be Kenyan or some other, or they may be Haitian. You just see somebody who looks like they're from another country and you automatically say, oh.
You're saying they look, I know what you're saying. They look Haitian, they look African, they're Haitian. You basically saying they black. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. I know where you are.
Oh, they African. So where I'm from, you don't see many other cultures. So when I moved to Florida and I went to high school, my 12th grade year, I went to Inglewood High School, and they had a program called, I think it's called Esau program or something, where if you don't speak English, there's a whole hall for non-speaking English students. And, they give them classes to help them speak English and things like that. So I get to the school and I'm just excited because I've never seen so many different cultures. So I'm walking to class and I see these tall African kids. There's these kids that are Bosnian. There's German. I don't think they're German kids, but I know they were Bosnian kids because I had made a friend and her name was Nirvana. And I was one of those people who were just intrigued. And so like when I first got there and I was walking up to the African kids.
Don't tell her none of your business. Don't tell her any of your business. She gonna tell everybody. She look like she can talk. She get right off the phone with you after you told her. Don't tell nobody all this. I need you to keep it a secret. She get right on the phone. Girl, let me tell you. This her right here. She gonna tell your business. She'll tell it. She ain't keeping no secrets. She can't hold water. Okay, I'm gonna let you know that now. Don't tell her nothing. She enjoys talking. Okay, she ain't said nothing about she went to a new school, been talking to us for like 3 minutes. We have not learned anything new. Okay, she likes telling us. She likes telling. I can see that now. Go ahead.
And I'm talking to them. Somebody pulls me to the side, and they was like, "Oh, them African kids don't like us. Don't like us. They don't like us." And I'm like,
why not? What we do to them?
I've always been like, I don't give a fuck. So I'm still trying to make friends with them and talk to them. They could barely speak English, but like,
they don't like
when I seen all those different cultures, I was just like, oh my gosh. So, when you come from where I'm from and you haven't seen this, it's almost like, so I learned how to speak Bosnian a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because my friend Nirvana, she sat in front of me and I ask a lot of questions. So
I got the little white friend from Bosnia. How much Bosnian do you speak? Is the language called Bosnian? Is it really called Bosnian? I don't know.
I was very curious about their culture, I've always been curious about different cultures. I met some girls who were from Jerusalem. I learned that they all go to military school and things like that. Like they learn.
Israel, baby. They from Israel. That baby said she met somebody from Jerusalem. You mean they from Israel? Israelis all have to sign up to go to the military, even the girls, because it's people around them want to do bad things to them, so they all have to learn how to handle a rifle. Okay, you are just country as a brown egg. Go ahead, baby girl. Go ahead.
How to fight for their country at a young age. Like it's just so much I learned because I'm very inquisitive. But I've always heard that Africans or Haitians do not like black people. And I'm 40, and I heard that when I was in high school. So that ain't nothing new.
It ain't nothing new. Shout out to Shaky Jake. Thank you so much. We're gonna read all the super chats when we get to towards the end of the broadcast. But I'm letting the people speak. I want the people, this is them saying this, okay? And, this is what the people are saying, and we want to listen to what the people have to say. Let's get a couple more videos in here. We're going to ease on into the lesson.
That clip of that Haitian lady on the podcast talking about where you from.
Yes,
you
we
from
did.
America. You a dirty black American.
Ooh.
In the comments, there's a lot of Haitians like, please don't think that we all like that. Cause we not, which could be true, like whatever. But it's for us, I feel like for black.
I'm sorry, you said it could be true. Hold on a minute. Let's go back to it. I missed something. Now you said what now?
That cause we not, which could be true, like whatever. But it's
baby, we not dirty black Americans. You don't say nothing like we. This is why you can't let everybody speak. Shout out to Johnny Robinson. Let's keep going.
For us, I feel like for black Americans, it's just us. It's a reminder that it's so many of them people that's not black American, whites, Mexicans, whatever. This list goes on that don't like us. That even if one of your people that represent you, like it's just a mental note. Like,
I need you to form your thoughts, baby. I need you to go ahead and get this coherent thought and get it out, okay? I'm going to give you a few more minutes and we're going to let somebody else speak. All right? You need to get that thought out.
They don't like us either. Like, if one's saying it, it's most likely a lot, So it's just a mental note for us. It's not that we mad or like, of course we're upset and mad, but it's not like we being...
You not, you just rambling. You rambling, baby. Let's get somebody else in there. Thank you.
Dirty black Americans.
And of course, we got the Haitians talking about the black Americans. Now, y'all seen the video where the lady was like, "Oh, dirty black Americans."
We saw it.
Y'all seen that video? See, my whole thing is this: I grew up around Haitians my whole life. I grew up in a neighborhood called Haiti, North Miami. All I know is Haitians. Okay, but my thing is this: forget everything she said. When you said dirty, that's where you lost me.
Yeah.
Do y'all understand how many times as a kid I used to go in Little Haiti and walk them neighborhoods and go to my friends' houses, and I couldn't understand for the life of me why the fuck them Haitians were so goddamn dirty in our neighborhoods.
Watch your language. Watch your language, little lady. You watch your language, you little baby Harris. You watch it. You watch your mouth. Okay? You be careful.
If y'all remember this, growing up in them neighborhoods, all you saw was trash on the streets. All you saw was food on the streets. You'll go down their street and see just pots of rice poured out on the street. All you see is flies and animals eating on the food because them motherfuckers did not know how to take care of it.
You watch them Samuel L. Jacksons. I heard that. You're getting carried away with your language. I'm not going to let you be in here too much longer cussing and demonetizing my broadcast. Ma'am, okay? You better watch it. Somebody type family friendly in the chat room.
Care of the neighborhood, didn't know how to take care of the streets. What y'all want to call us dirty? We dirty? And I could really go in on y'all, but I'm not going to do that because I have Haitian friends. But at the end of the day, y'all always coming for Black Americans. I don't understand that when really y'all come down here to be around us and learn.
Technically, they come up here because Haiti is south of here. Go ahead.
Our culture and be in our neighborhoods. You get what I'm saying? But the dirty thing, you took it way too far. Because one thing about it, y'all some of the dirtiest motherfuckers I've ever
watch them Samuel L.
seen. Talk about it.
Yeah. And see, you got to understand, these white folk that don't like us, that they call white supremacists, they love seeing this. They love seeing this. This is not serving any purpose. But see, if we don't deal with it and if we don't address it, and we don't put these people in check, guess what? It won't stop.
Realize is that the reason why different groups don't want to give Black Americans the respect that we deserve in terms of how we have suffered in this country is because when they gave that acknowledgement to another group, they took over New York and started sucking up all the Section 8, not sharing it with nobody. Now people don't got Section 8 down to the New York because y'all gave it up.
Why is this about Section 8? How do we go from... Anyway, go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
All to the... Exactly. Y'all are afraid that we would act like that. I fear that we may and we might. However, we never had a chance because y'all gave the chances to the...
Why does she have this General Hospital soap opera music playing in the background? That's why did she pick all the music? She could have picked anything else. She could have picked anything else but this. But go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
And I think that's unfair because we are foundational to this country. You know what I'm saying? We've been here for a long time. We've been here and we've been suffering. But God forbid anyone acknowledges how we have suffered, then y'all gonna have to acknowledge that we deserve the respect that comes with that level of suffering. Not to be in competition with nobody, but we have suffered. Acknowledges how we have suffered, then y'all gonna have to acknowledge that we deserve the respect that comes with that level of suffering. Not to be in competition with nobody, but we have suffered. Things have been, listen, it was bad for us in here in America. Y'all suffered from over there, but somehow you come here and you got all these, you know what?
All right. So we've heard enough. Now it's time to go ahead and get to the actual meat of it. We want to go ahead and talk about, let's get the lesson in. We're an hour and 17 minutes in. It's time to learn something. And as I always tell everybody, if you learn something, I should earn something, but you don't owe me anything. I enjoy doing what I'm doing. But if you do pick up some information, then feel free to contribute to the Super Chat, the Cash App, and the past PayPal. But again, you owe me nada, okay? Now, again, I want to acknowledge all the people who've already contributed to the Super Chat, and I will take the time to read everybody's Super Chat when, I get towards right before I finish. Don't leave, okay? I don't want you to leave. I want you to hang tight. We're going to be all right. Now, this whole situation is just unfortunate, okay? It's quite unfortunate. But, one thing I'll do is this. I noticed that when we talk about Haitians and there's this backlash when they do, because it's not the first time they said something raw and crazy to us. You see what I mean? You all know it's not either. Okay, and again, as I said earlier, this is not about attacking Haitians. It's about a specific public disrespect and, aimed at foundational Black Americans. And, the very normal reality that when you disrespect people publicly, you're going to get corrected publicly. You're going to get checked publicly. And that's what you see happening. Now, you know, if you can't handle it, and keep your mouth shut. Now, I would like to address this, and I want to kind of hit this, and I'm sure nobody's hit this at all, that I often notice that when Haitians, whenever the conversation heats up, if you will, okay? Whenever the conversation heats up, they always pull up this 1804, okay? They always pull it. They use it like a shield. And I'm talking about the Haitian Revolution of 1804. It becomes the trump card, even though it predated 1804. That was when they declared independence in 1804. And the implication is the same. We freed ourselves in 1804, and somehow that means Black Americans owe us gratitude. As if foundational Black Americans should be thanking Haitians every time criticism comes up. As if 1804 gives them a permanent moral leverage. We need to slow down. Let's slow this down and deal with history and not emotion, not slogans, and not all this internet mythology. The Haitian Revolution started in 1791 and it ended in 1804 and began in a French colony called Saint-Domingue, which was one of the richest slave colonies in the world. You had enslaved Africans on that island who rose up against the French in 1791. And you had early leaders like Duty Bookman, whose ceremony is cited as a spiritual spark of the uprising. And as the revolution developed, you had major figures emerge like Toussaint Louverture, who became the central military and political leader of the revolution in the late 1970s. And after Louverture was captured by the French in 1802, and he later died in a French prison in 1803, the leadership passed to Jean-Jacques Dessalines, who ultimately declared Haiti's independence on January 1st, 1804. And, he went around after that slaughtering French women, men, and children, okay? But it was after that that the Declaration made Haiti the first Black republic and the first nation born from a successful slave roll. That's what they tell you, right? Right? Isn't that what they tell you, right? And again, it's historically significant, but it sends shockwaves. Shout out to Dr. Sharon, baby. Thank you so much. It sent shockwaves through these white folks who were slave owners. It was like, damn, we got these blacks down here, these little French-speaking blacks, killed all the white people, okay? And it made all these European colonialists, they feared similar uprisings, okay? And slaveholding societies, that included the U.S., they were scared to death. It was already bad enough, okay? And so there's no doubt that the revolution had a global impact, and it also influenced the Louisiana Purchase. I said influenced the Louisiana Purchase in 1803. So when Napoleon Bonaparte sold the Louisiana Territory to the United States, after France couldn't regain control of Saint-Domingue, that decision actually doubled the size of the United States, okay? It doubled what we call the U.S. However, here's where we need some clarity, okay? The Haitian Revolution did not legally free enslaved Black people in the United States. Slavery in the U.S. continued for nearly 60 years after 1804. And it was at that point that they started the breeding farms. All right. The United States didn't abolish slavery until the 13th Amendment was ratified in 1865. And that was after a civil war was fought. After 600,000 men fought in the war, 200,000 of them believed to be Black men and also Black women, because you all may not know this, but Harriet Tubman was our sister Harriet Tubman. She was a captain for the Union Army. So Black women fought too. But again, during that period, okay, between 1804, slavery actually expanded westward. So while Haiti's revolution was powerful and symbolic, it didn't dismantle slavery here in the United States. I mean, it's 60 years later? No. After a war? No. Okay? It's also important to note the United States didn't even officially recognize Haiti as an independent nation until 1862 under President Lincoln. It was just a bunch of blacks down there on the island running wild. This is 6 decades after the Haitian Revolution, and that tells us something about how the U.S. government viewed Haiti at the time. The Haitian Revolution absolutely deserves respect for what it was, a bold historic uprising against the French colonial slavery. But we must separate inspiration from causation, okay? Inspiration is not the same as direct liberation. The freedom struggle of foundational black Americans inside the United States through resistance, abolitionist movements, the Civil War, Reconstruction, the Civil Rights Movement, and beyond was driven by black people here in the United States fighting on American soil under American law. And history is powerful, okay? Okay, but it has to be accurate. Now, let's take this even further because this is the part that rarely gets discussed. The truth is, Haiti was not the first independent black polity in the Western Hemisphere, formed by Africans who fought their white European slavers, okay? I don't care how much these Haitians cry and whine and tell you this and throw it up in your face, they were not the first. They weren't even the second. You understand me? Are y'all listening to me? They were not the first. All right? Now they'll throw that up in your face like they were. All right? It was the most famous for its time. It was quite geopolitically disruptive. Okay? It did get recognized as a nation state, even though they own the butt end of the island. Okay, they're still a state. They're a tiny state, but it wasn't the first organized African state in the Americas. It wasn't even the biggest, okay? And we're gonna go a little deeper. Because see, long before 1804, are y'all listening to me? You're gonna learn something. Are you all listening to me? Long before 1804, Africans in the Americas were resisting, escaping, organizing, and forming sovereign communities before Dessalines, before Haiti became independent, okay? Before any of that. Before any of that, you had a man named Ganga Zumba. That's right, his name was Ganga Zumba. He was the first recognized king. Do you hear me? I want you to hear what I said. King of the Quilimbo dos Palmares. Okay? Now, where you guys, where was this at? Uncle D, was this in Africa somewhere? Where was it? Where was this? Well, number one, let's start with the fact that this was the 17th century. Okay, he had a kingdom formed of escaped African slaves or former enslaved in Brazil. Let me see if I got a photograph of the brother. I want y'all to see a picture of this man. Okay, his name was Ganga Zumba. Let me see if I can run this up. I want you guys to take a look at this. See if I can get a good photograph. I think they have a statue of him down in Brazil. All right. Just so you guys know I'm not making this up. Ganga Zumba. Got a Wikipedia page and everything. All right, can you all see this photograph? I don't know if I can get images of him, but there's movies out about him. So this is not information that's not unknown to anybody. But here's the thing. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about Ganga Zumba. Shout out to Text Patrol. Thank you so much for the super chat. Again, he had his own kingdom, okay, in the 17th century. Now, he was born in the Congo in 1630. Now, what we thought, 1804 to 1630, this is over 200 years before that. Shout out to Cherie. He was captured. He was enslaved. He was brought to Brazil in bondage, and then he escaped. And he did more than survive. He helped build and lead a fortified, independent Black kingdom in northeastern Brazil. He ruled from a royal enclave called the Macacao, right? And was treated like a true monarch. He had guards. He had an official structured court. They did business. Okay, and again, the name Ganga Zumba is believed to be derived from Kikongo, which means great lord or spiritual ruler. Shout out to Cherie. And what existed in the Palmares was not chaos or improvisation. It was an African statecraft. It was transplanted to the Western Hemisphere in the 1600s. Let that sink in. So when people from Haiti say, no, we were the first independent nation, no, you weren't. What about Ganga Zumba? What about the Quilombos Palmares? All right, I'm gonna put this word in here. I want you guys to understand that. So again, this is just them making up stuff. It only works on people who don't actually take the opportunity to really ask the right questions and learn the history, okay? Now, again, this is 16th and the 17th century, so this went on hundreds of years. Especially, look, you had runaway Africans who formed fortified, and it was more than just this one, okay? This was just a well-known one. They formed these fortified settlements known as Quilombos or Macambos, and these were not small hideouts. Some became structured societies with agriculture, military, defense systems, political leaderships, and the most powerful again was the Quilombo of Palmares in northern Brazil, and it believes it went from 1605, okay, onward. And that's almost 200 years before Haitian got its independence. And look, it's not a camp. It's not a runaway settlement. These was not like in Jamaica when you had a bunch of people up in the hills called them Maroons. These people had real settlements. It was located in the Serra de Barriga, which is present-day Alagoas, Palmares, and it developed into a very sophisticated, self-sustaining political entity. It had a centralized government, had a legal structure, they had courts, they had a military, they had agriculture. They did trade with the neighboring towns. They had fortified defenses. Okay, and again, this is run by Ganga Zumba. Now, I found it interesting in my studies. One of the most powerful figures was a woman named Dendera. It's a beautiful name, Dendera dos Palmares. Dendera was his wife. Okay, she was the wife of this man. I think I have a photograph of her. Let me see if I can get a good picture of her for you all to check out. I believe, and she died in 1694. I think this is apparently some sort of photograph of her that was taken. I'll do my best to try to pull it up for you guys. Okay. Let me see if I can. Darn it. Okay. This is a picture of her. This is his wife. She was a queen. This is a Black queen here in America. Her name was Dendera. Isn't that a beautiful name? Why you keep naming your sisters after these folk that you don't know? Beautiful name, Dendera dos Palmares. And she wasn't just a wife, she was a leader. She was a fighter. She was an active part of the Palmares leadership. And during the time of Ganga Zumba and later during Zumbi, who was his predecessor, stories about her say that she helped defend the Palmares against the Portuguese because they were being attacked. Okay? She was trained in combat, so she knew how to fight. Okay? She capoeira, which is a Brazilian martial arts, and she took part in the planning on how to protect the kingdom and how to survive. This is her name, Dandera. She was one of the people who helped keep it strong. Her importance was not just in battle. In 1678, Ganga Zumba made a treaty with the Portuguese that would have forced the Palmares to obey colonial rules and return newly escaped Africans to slavery. Dandera, his wife, is remembered as opposing that treaty. And she believed freedom should mean freedom for everyone, not just limited peace under Portuguese control. Her strong stance helped shape the struggle inside the Palmares, and that later made Zumbi the main symbol of resistance. Even though colonial records did not write much about women because of, how things are, Dandera's story lived on through oral history. Basically, people have been telling her story for hundreds of years. Okay, this is an Afro-Brazilian tradition. Today, she's honored in Brazil as a symbol of Black woman's strength, leadership, and resistance. She's remembered because she fought. Okay, and this is a strong Black woman right here. Okay, I know it's gonna be some people, oh, that's a pretty name. I'm gonna name my new niece Dandera. I'm gonna tell my sister to name her daughter Dandera. Beautiful. Keep in mind, this is the 1600s, man. This is 1600. This is nearly a century before Haiti's independence in 1804. And after Ganga Zumba, after he passed away, his nephew took over. So we're not just talking about an isolated group of people. His nephew took over the position of king, Zumbi dos Palmares, whose name derives from the Bantu word Nzambi, or Nzambi meaning spirit or God. Zumbi became the last king of the Palmares and led resistance against the Portuguese colonial forces for over a decade. He fought, he resisted, he refused surrender, and in 1695 he was captured and killed. November 20th is the anniversary of his death, and he's celebrated in Brazil as the Dia de Consequência de Negra, Black Consciousness Day. Okay, and he's honored nationally as a symbol of Black resistance. You understand what I'm saying? This is well before the Haiti was even a country. Okay, because the French didn't show up and bring the Africans that later became Haiti till much later. All right, but again, this is Ganga Zumba's nephew. You hear, okay? So you had a king and a succession of a king. I actually have a photograph of him too. They actually have a pretty good photograph. You guys check this out. I'll try to see if I can put this up for you guys so you can see this. This is him right here. Okay? See that? That's the nephew of Ganga Zumba, this Black man right here. Zumbi dos Palmares. You understand? So he was the second king of that region, right? So you had not just one king with his queen, you see? They had a Black kingdom in Brazil, and it survived for nearly a century, 100 years. They fought the Portuguese, they fought the Dutch, they fought the colonial powers, they maintained political structure and military defense. It functioned as an independent African state. And this happened in the 1600s, you see? Now, eventually, these Europeans fought on 6 separate campaigns and they failed to destroy it. Okay? And this level of sustained resistance predates 1804 by generations. Eventually, in 1680 and the 1690s, they sent mercenary forces into the jungle that specialized in jungle warfare, and they managed to destroy the Palmares, but its existence proved something important. Black people in America were building sovereign, self-governing states long before Haiti declared independence. And Brazil wasn't alone. See, throughout Spanish and Portuguese colonies, you had Maroon communities that formed semi-independent Black territories. You had resistance was constant, okay? Sovereignty experiments were constant. So when people present 1804 as if it was the first spark of organized Black freedom in the Western Hemisphere, that's just inaccurate. And what Haiti represents is the first permanently recognized Black republic born from a successful slave revolution. That's significant. But it's not the first time Black folk in America fought European enslavers and established their own independent autonomous states. There's a difference between the first independent nation state recognized diplomatically by these white folk and the first sovereign Black kingdom, empire, a state formed by resistance. They didn't care if the white folk represent them not. You better not come over here. Okay, and the Palmares predates Haiti. Okay, the Maroon states predate Haiti. That Black military resistance in Brazil, in the Americas, it predates Haiti. So again, we respect the Haitian Revolution. It deserves its place in history, but history is broader than just one date. Okay, 1804 was monumental. Okay, but it was not singular. It was not beginning of Black resistance in the Western Hemisphere. You understand what I'm saying? It's not about diminishing Haiti. It's about expanding the record. Black resistance in America didn't begin in 1804. It didn't wait for the French revolutionaries. It didn't need permission. It already happened. Now, let's widen the lens, because if we're going to talk honestly about Black sovereignty and resistance in the Western Hemisphere, we also have to talk about Brazil, the country that received the largest number of enslaved Black people in the Atlantic slave trade. 37% of the enslaved Black people sent to the Americas went to Brazil. That's darn near 40%. Okay? Let that number sit in. Okay? More Africans were taken to Brazil than to any other single country in the Western Hemisphere. That includes Colombia, Venezuela, Mexico, El Salvador, the United States. Most of us went to Brazil. And in that sense, Brazil became one of the central hubs for the Black diaspora outside of Africa itself. After slavery was abolished in 1888, Afro-Brazilians were left with many of the same structural and disadvantages we see throughout the diaspora. Shout out to Mark Freelancer. Economic exclusion, social marginalization, racial hierarchy. Many of them live in a province called Bahia. Beautiful name, right? Bahia. You all are learning some beautiful name. Dandera, Bahia, which became a cultural stronghold for Afro-Brazilians. Bahia was significant, not just because of the population concentration, but because it was one of the few regions that enacted land distribution laws in the 19th century that gave Black people who were formerly enslaved people access to land, even if the situation wasn't perfect. See, what matters here is not just the numbers, it's the culture. Afro-Brazilians descend primarily from West, Central, and Southern African populations, including the Congo, Angola, the Yoruba, the Hausa, and the Fulani people. Some of these Africans brought to Brazil, they were Muslims, okay? We talked about that too. They were literate, they could read Arabic. In fact, some of the enslaved Africans in Brazil were more formally educated than their enslavers. Now, there was something that happened called the Male Revolt, led by Muslim Africans in Bahia, and it stands as one of the most significant organized slave rebellions in Brazilian history. Again, these are us fighting back, okay? Culturally, the African imprint in Brazil is undeniable. The Yoruba religion, religious systems helped give rise to candomblé, which is a spiritual tradition. Some of us call it voodoo, hoodoo, whatever. But it's a spiritual tradition established in the early 19th century by freed African women in Bahia. And the first major temples were formed or founded by women such as Aya Adieta and others who preserved the Yoruba cosmology and ritual structure. and the priesthood lineage. And see, these houses of worship maintain African theology systems in the heart of the Americas. And so from Central Africa, particularly Angola, Congo, you got these martial arts traditions called capoeira. And you guys know I practice Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And we always do, we add in some capoeira moves into that. There's a lot of takedowns that we use in jiu-jitsu. Am I boring y'all? Because it seems like we losing people. Are you guys bored? Let me know if you're bored. I can go talk about Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb if you want to. What's that girl's name that he been messing with? Oops, I'm sorry. What's that girl's name? Mika. I don't know I don't know nothing. I don't want to get off into that. And none of my business. You understand me? None of my BI business. But bottom line is, y'all need to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead. Look, I need 50 people to subscribe to the channel. Because we got 890. All I need is 151 people to subscribe to the channel. What is wrong with you people? Why do y'all have me up here working so hard? Why can't you all just subscribe to the channel? You ain't paying no money. I know you ain't got your check. Your check ain't hit your account yet. I'm not asking for any money. But I need y'all to subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 100,000. You understand me? Anyway. Shout out to Mike of Malice. Yeah, I need y'all to subscribe. And matter of fact, I need you all to start sharing these broadcasts and subscribing to them. And make sure you guys check out my clips that come up. Okay? Don't do Uncle D dirty. Okay? Y'all missed me last week. You see I wasn't here. I had to go back to my regular job because you all, I know I can't depend on y'all to take care of my bills. You understand me? But I definitely need you all to subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button too. All right. But let's get, where was I? So Brazil, the largest group of black people came to Brazil. And if you want to, to say that Afro-Brazilians shaped Brazilian culture, it's not exaggeration. In many ways, Brazil, as we know it, did not fully become Brazil until Africans transformed. It was just a bunch of Portuguese people in the forest. And despite that influence, Afro-Brazilians have historically faced severe social and economic inequality. The popular portrayals in Brazilian cinema and culture often reduce them to stereotypes: servant, comic, figure, criminal, exotic body. Sound familiar? Because this pattern repeats itself here in the United States. But the larger point is this: black sovereignty, black institution building, black cultural dominance, black resistance. These didn't begin with Haiti in 1804. They were happening in Brazil in the 1600s. They were happening in the Palmares with Ganga Zumba and Zumbi. They were happening in Bahia. They were happening through Muslim revolts. They were of the slaves. They were happening through preserved Yoruba religious systems. They were happening through Angolan martial arts traditions that turned to national symbols. You see? The Haitian Revolution, again, is monumental, but it exists within a much broader, much older arc of African resistance and statecraft in the Americas. And history is layered, and diaspora is bigger than one date. Now, here's the cold part about it. Okay? Before Ganga Zumba, before Haiti, there was Gasper Yanga. Gasper Yanga. Before him, before the king of Brazil, right? Before Haiti declared independence in 1804, you had a black Mexican. Somebody type black Mexican in the chat room. Actually, it's called New Spain, okay? But his name is Gasper Yanga, okay? He too was from Angola. And I think I got a photograph of him too. Let me see if I can pull this up on the internet. All right, everything is available on the internet. So you guys can see, and it's right down there right now where you can see it. His name was Gasper Yanga. Look at that clearly black man right there. Okay? Y'all want to hear a little bit about him? I tell you. He was born in 1545 in a region called Gabon or Angola. And he was possibly of royal lineage. So they were literally taking kings and queens and people who were, well, you can't, look, you're not going to keep him as a slave. It's just, he doesn't have the mentality for that's him right there. They have a statue for him. Okay, El Primer Libertador, which means the first liberator of Mexico. That's how this black man is remembered. Look at that. Okay? Machete in one hand and the stick in another. This is 1545. 1804 versus 1545. Well, actually, it's a little later than that, 1870. But anyway, so what happened was he was kidnapped. He was brought to New Spain, what is now New Mexico, because remember, New Spain was what we call Mexico all the way up until probably mid-1800s or something like that, early 1800s. He was sold into slavery. He was forced to work on a plantation near the Gulf port of Veracruz. I did a broadcast on that. Y'all check it out. And that was one of the primary entry points for the Africans in the Americas. But around 1570, okay, so this man from about 25-year-old Ganga was like, nah, I ain't doing this. Nope. He escaped. He didn't just simply run into hiding, he organized. And in 1570, Ganga led a group of fellow enslaved black people into an escape from bondage. And they went into the highlands of Veracruz. Okay, and they weren't scattered. They weren't scattered fugitives. They stayed under his leadership. They built fortified maroon villages called palenques, and surviving and growing over decades, and other escaped black people and folk joined them. They fought the Spanish for 40 years to maintain their autonomy. And Yanga settlement resisted Spanish colonial. They would go raid them people and take all the Spanish people's mules and gold and food. They were wearing the Spanish out. You hear me? Raid after raid. They couldn't even go to the woods. Every time they go in there, Ganga, come to it. They just tear them up. You see what I'm saying? 40 years of that. Not 4 months, not 4 years, 40 years. This is how long they fought the Spanish Empire. I want you to put this in perspective. Imagine, just pick a state. Imagine some people somewhere, where my Louisiana people at? Imagine some people somewhere in Alexandria fought the U.S. Army for 40 years and nothing they can do about it. Think about this. The black people escaped from slavery. They ran up out of Baton Rouge, went to Alexandria and stayed up there and fought them for 40 years and made them quit. This is the most powerful nation in the world. Spain at the time had dominated the whole globe. It was a global superpower. From 200 years, 16th to 17th century, you had all kind of territories. They took the Philippines, they took everything. Everybody's speaking Spanish. They shouldn't have been speaking Spanish. You can't speak Spanish, but they speak Spanish in Asia. It's a bunch of Filipinos that speak Spanish with Spanish last names. They shouldn't be speaking Spanish, but Spain came over there. Spain came to Mexico, had the Incas speaking Spanish. They beat everybody. But they couldn't beat Gaspar Yanga. So guess what happened by the time 1609 rolled around? Okay, so this man from 1545, he escaped in 1570. So by the time 1609 rolled around, 39 years later, after this war, Spain said, no, yo finito, yo no quiero no más problemas con negro. They quit. They literally negotiated with him, and they were forced to grant Yanga his town, autonomy. It was a free town now. It's called San Lorenzo de los Negros. San Lorenzo de los Negros. That's what they called it. It was a free town. This is 1609. It's the first free black town. It's the first free black state officially acknowledged in the America. Do you hear me? So what do you talk about 1804? What about 1609? This 200 years later. Come on now. Come on now. Even to this day, Gasper Yanga's name is still honored. He's a national hero of Mexico. He's like Paul Revere or Tom Sawyer or I don't know, pick a name. You see what I'm saying? He's a hero. The first liberator. His name, Yanga, means is tied to pride, okay? It means like, I guess, arrogant one, walks tall. That's what Yanga means. You see? I want you to understand that, man. In 1609, the Spanish authorities, they launched a full military campaign. They went to try to destroy the settlement, and his forces fought back, and they didn't surrender. They didn't collapse. After prolonged conflict, the Spanish said, we quit, let's just negotiate. And so in 1618, Yanga and his people secured a formal recognition of their autonomy. And again, the town is called San Lorenzo de los Negros, or St. Lawrence of the Blacks. Okay, I bet los negros, no me gusta, güey. Somebody type, güey, no me gusta, güey, whatever. Now it's been renamed Yanga in honor of the man who led the fight. But I want y'all to let that register. You see? Early 1600s, you had black folk who fought so hard that white folk had to recognize their autonomy. Okay? It's a free black town officially acknowledged by the Spanish crown. Gasper Yanga is now a Mexican national hero. And his legacy stands as proof that organized black political leadership, military resistance, and negotiated sovereignty in the Americas existed nearly 2 centuries before 1804. So what are you Haitians talking about? See, what are you talking about? Whether we're talking about Palmares under Ganga Zumba, functioning as a sovereign African kingdom in Brazil in the 1600s, Gaspar Yanga secured a recognized autonomy in Mexico by Spain in the 1600s. Again, we got respect for Haiti, what it did, but that's not the truth. The record is you weren't the first. Black resistance didn't begin in 1804. Black sovereignty didn't didn't have to whoop the French. We whooped the Portuguese and the Spanish before the French even turned up. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, let me go ahead and read these super chats because I ain't gonna be fooling with y'all all night. Y'all be playing out here. Y'all don't even want to hit the subscribe button. But I'm gonna read these super chats. Did you learn something? If you learned something, I should earn something. If you learned something, I should earn something. I'm so disappointed at these. Y'all are disappointed. Look at that. All I have is 900. Oh, that is sad. You all are sad. You all are a very sad group of people. You know that? Y'all, I'm so disappointed at you all. I need y'all to make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Let me see what my subscriptions look like. We ain't taking a break. But you all need to go ahead and, are you learning something? If you hadn't learned anything, you just hard to teach. But if you learn something, I should earn something. But in the meantime, I need y'all to make sure, apparently YouTube took 20 of my subscribers away. For whatever reasons, I need you all to make sure you are still subscribed to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel right now. Take the time to subscribe to the channel. I'm checking to see what my subscriptions look like right now. I need you all to take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel. You'll never get another person as bold as me. I need, I need approximately 18 people to subscribe to the channel so I can get to 92,600. I need 18 people to subscribe to the channel so I can get to 92,600. Okay, so take the time and hit your little button and subscribe to the channel right now. I know you hear me. I know you hear me. I know. I'm looking at you. You right there. You with your phone like this on the side of your face. I'm looking you in the pickup, you in the truck with your phone down there listening to me in your truck. You riding across the country. Yeah, you. I need you to subscribe to the channel right now. Don't play. All right? Go ahead. Go ahead. You sitting in there ignoring your girlfriend. Listening to me, go ahead and do it. Go ahead. Everybody who have something else to do and you sat up here and decide to listen to me with your earphones on, subscribe to the channel right now. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Yes, you. Is he talking to me? I'm talking to you. You with the shirt on. I'm talking to you right now. And I'm talking to you too, lady. I'm talking to you with the bonnet on your head. All the women with bonnets on your head. Every woman with a bonnet on her head, I need you to subscribe to the channel right now. All right? Fellas. All the fellas with crusty feet, I need you to subscribe to the channel right now. I need my crusty feet crew. All the brothers that have not put lotion on their feet and they got ashy ankles, I need you to subscribe to the channel. All the white supremacists who are waiting around for me to to get the black committee to issue an official apology, I need y'all to hit the subscribe button now. Go ahead and do it. All the angry Muslims, all the angry black Muslims, I need you to come in here. I need you to subscribe. You need to hear this. You need to come on up in and hear this. I need 6 more people to subscribe to the channel right now. All you angry, come on. Come on now. Don't run from it. Don't just be happy it's not your day. Just be happy it's not your day. I'll be on them. When people die, I give them their day. Haitians, they caught hands last week. The poor Haitians, they were like, what are you doing to me? We are doing. Yeah, I caught hands. It's not your day today, baby. Subscribe to the channel today. Go ahead. We need 5 more people to subscribe to the channel, and I get back to work. I need 5 people. Out of 600-700 of y'all, I need 5 folk. You send this to a friend. Send this to your Muslim friend. He about to do his hadith. He over there, talking about don't eat pork. Don't eat pork. Send him this. Next time you say, that's why I've been eating them pork rinds in front of you right now. I didn't know. Yeah. I need 5 people. All I need is 5 people to subscribe to the channel, and we will be at 92,000. Okay, I need 4 people. Don't hate watch. You're not going to sit up here and hate watch me. You're going to subscribe to this channel. 3 people. I need 3 people to subscribe to the channel. I need 3 more people. Look where we at. I want y'all to see where we at. Okay? See that? See, you can't see. It's almost, I need 3 people to subscribe to the channel, and I get back to work. I got more to say. I'll talk to you. 2 people. I need 2 people. I got 92,598 people. Subscribe to the channel now. 1 person. I need 1 person to get me to 92,600. And I get back to work. I'm going to get back to work as soon as y'all give me my 92,600 people. There we go. Praise God. See, that wasn't so hard, was it? Now let's get back. Let's get back to where we at. I'd like to thank all the crusty feet people, all the ladies with bonnets on. Okay, I'd like to thank all the angry Muslims, all the white supremacists. Everybody's welcome here with Uncle D, baby. Everybody welcome to get this work. Uncle D is passing out the truth over here. I'm here to hurt your ears, make you feel bad. Yeah, next time they tell you don't eat that pork sandwich, brother. You know you worshiping the damn racist ass religion. You got that brother-in-law trying to, yeah, man, when you gonna come down to the mob? You know you're racist, man. But anyway. Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Now we're gonna read these super chats. We're gonna read all these super chats. Let's go ahead and get these super. We got 16 people to learn something in this chat room tonight. I'd like to thank all 16 of you out of the 800 people that showed up. We had 16 people that learned something, and the way I know they learned something is because I earned something. And I'm proud of that at least 16 of you all learned something. Because see, I've learned working with you all. You all. Some people you can't teach them. And if I had a class of 800 people and only 16 people learned something, that makes me sad. But it ain't my fault. Okay, it's not gonna be on me. Okay, let's go ahead and read for our smart people who learned something. Maybe some other people will show us that they learned something before maybe we get 20 people. Because right now it's only 16, which is a little disappointing, but it's not my fault. I've done the best I can. I try to chop my words up. I don't use big syllables. Some of y'all out there drunk and popping pills and smoking weed. I can't work with you. You can't come to class high. I can't get through. But anyway, that's not my fault. Shout out to the 16 people who learned something. Maybe we'll get another 4 people to learn something. But that ain't my fault. Shout out to Urban Eagle. Thank you so much, sir, for the $5 super sticker. You are awesome and amazing. Thank you so much, Jason Mitchell. Thank you, Brother Dennis. Appreciate you, brother. You got good teeth. Look at him. Look at them teeth, boy. You got some good teeth, Jason. Boy, you lucky. You got them good teeth, man. Good shout out to you. That's a good, your parents are happy. They didn't have to spend a lot of money on your braces. Shout out to you. But anyway, let's go to Mark the Freelance. Ain't soul food, it's soul food, man. Oh, we got some people who came through on the Cash App too. Let's read them off. Mr. Anthony Simpson, thank you so much. My favorite YouTube truth teller. I sure am. I'm gonna keep telling it. And who else we have here? We have Patricia Hatta. Thank you so much, Patricia. I appreciate you. Oh, 17 people learned something. Amazing. 17 people out of 800 people learned something. Gosh, I appreciate that. Well, thank you so much. Let's keep reading. Sherry Knighton, thank you so much, baby. I appreciate you. The Shaky Jake 3. All right. Thank you so much for the $10 super sticker. Shaky Jake 3 came through, and also Johnny Robbins. I remember when Haiti had the huge earthquake and FBA's donated millions to help them, and they still hate us, and no other groups like, I know. Why do y'all hate us? We don't even do nothing to you all. Black folk, hey, we just like, you're black, okay, you black like us, come through. But y'all just so, I don't understand that. That just doesn't rest, not part of our culture. Dr. Sharon said, Attorney Dennis, thank you for the work you are doing for the FBA community. Hey, baby, I'm doing what I can do. Uncle D is an advocate. You understand? I'm just telling them what you would tell them if you had my space. If I had 100,000, I could say, I'm telling these 100,000 people how we, I'll be putting it down. I'm not going to be out here misusing my popularity on YouTube. I'm going to tell it. This is going to be a legacy sort of thing here. You can be able to come back here in years and look at this. You see what I mean? But thank you so much. I promise when I get to the point where I have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, I'm going to use it wisely, and it's going to be beneficial to us. It's going to be beneficial to you all who supported me and black folk in general, but foundational black Americans people specifically. But again, I'm an advocate. Okay, that doesn't mean I think we are perfect people, but I'm an advocate for us. We're not going to just sit around and let outsiders talk bad about us. Shiri 65, the disdain is rooted in envy. They think our position in the U.S. society should be lower than theirs. We're not only the most influential, but also the richest slave descendants in the world. And they absolutely hate that. Yeah, I know. Because we do things, we're blessed people. That's why Mark Freelance's FBA Brazil making moves way before the Haitians. Shout out to FBA. Shout out to Ganga Zumba and Dandera of Brazil. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, brother. I love seeing my brothers have been in here for years with me. Let's see. Mike of Malice Leon, love your history lesson. Rarely comment. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Text Patrol, $5 super sticker. Also, CJ Marsh, one of my boys from New Orleans. Yeah, what's happening, brother? What's happening? Like and subscribe. Yeah, y'all like and subscribe. We got 17 super chats. Well, we get 20, that'll be plenty. We got 17. Maybe we get 3 more people to subscribe if I say something else that you'd like to hear. I'm from Bahia, Salvador. Oh, you are? Amazing. Okay, great. So that's a rich history down there. Shout out to you, Text Patrol. Thank you again, CJ Marsh. I learned, Uncle D. Who else? Mr. Mikhail. If we learn, then it should earn. Yeah, we should. But people didn't get the check yet. I don't take food stamps. But anyway, JR, The Real Hill, this is for the past learnings. Keep up the work. Yeah, man, I try to do it with humor too. But again, thank you all so much. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. We got 17 super chats. All of you guys who contributed, you are the real MVPs. You are great. Again, I appreciate you guys. I'm not going to be on here. I just put out the good, high quality stuff, and I appreciate everybody who contributed to the super chat, the Cash App, and the PayPal. You guys are great. Again, you don't owe me anything. If I don't learn, if you don't learn, I shouldn't earn. But anyway, let's go ahead and do this. Because I want to kind of bring this all the way back home. Okay. After this backlash, you start seeing a wave of Haitians coming forward. And the title is Black America Claps Back with Facts at the Haitian Hater. Okay, shout out to Mr. Bowden. All right, we got 18 super chats. Maybe we'll get to 20. All right, we got Mr. Supreme. Thank you so much, man. You guys are amazing. I appreciate y'all. But let me, you got these Haitians coming forward saying she doesn't represent us. You heard them. You heard people say that, they were brought to tears, right? You heard apologies on behalf of Haitians. You heard them say that speaks more to her trauma than to the Haitian people. You heard she got, triggered. You heard y'all don't have to read Haiti down like that. You heard Haiti isn't perfect, but it's ours. You heard we know our country has issues, but don't drag us because of one woman. And see, let's be clear about something. All right? The fact that people are apologizing, that matters. But accountability matters also. That's healthy. And that shows at least some people of Haitian descent understand that what was said was out of line. But here's the real issue. The apology came after the insult went viral. The apology came after the reaction. The apology came after Black Americans responded. See, hey, you can't apologize after you start catching hands and then I'm sorry. See, because what we see is a pattern. The disrespect happens publicly. The defense of Haiti happens emotionally. But the correction of the behavior, that always seems softer than the correction of the response. Now let's talk about this trigger narrative. The argument that is made is that she was triggered, that someone simply asked her nationality and something inside of her caused her to lash out and say, dirty Black American. That she has trauma. Here's the question nobody's asking. Why is the trigger always aimed at Black Americans? Huh? Why is that? Why is the trigger always aimed at us? If someone's asking your nationality, if that causes you to insult an entire group of Black people, that's not just trauma. That's an internalized narrative. That's something learned. That's something absorbed. You don't wake up and accidentally say dirty Black Americans. That phrase doesn't come out of the thin air. And when people say stop reading Haiti down, understand what they're responding to. People weren't just calling names. They were pulling out footage. They were saying, if y'all call us dirty, let's compare realities. They're saying you don't get to throw stones. They and then complain when someone shows you a mirror. Even the Haitians apologizing to saying that openly. They admit their issues. They admit their poverty. They admit their work to do. They say it's ours. They love it anyway. Great for you. That's understandable. We can respect your pride. But see, pride cuts both ways. If Haiti is beautiful and it has a beautiful culture and history, so does Black America. If Haiti deserves not to be roasted and read down and disrespected, then so does Black America. The conversation has never been about dragging Haiti like it's some sort of spectator sport. It's about responding to a public insult directed at foundational Black Americans. And when someone says dirty Black Americans on a large platform, that's not a private emotional slip. That's a public statement. So yes, apologies, that's great. That's honorable. Okay, you can't apologize with your mouth, okay, while you still holding a knife in your hand, stabbing us. That's not how apologies work. Don't shift the focus from the insult to the reaction. Don't try to philosophize the trauma away. Don't tell Black America how to respond after being disrespected either. If something triggered her, then the work needs to happen there, not in telling us to tread lightly. You understand me? When we clapping back. Again, respect go both ways. Y'all can't sit up here and say she doesn't represent you, and then in the same breath lecture Black America on about how we're responding. You can't say we're sorry and then turn around and say y'all going too hard. You can't cry about Haiti being read the riot act and ignore the fact that the disrespect started with this whole thing calling us dirty Black Americans. An apology requires ownership. It requires correction. It requires drawing a line in your own community and saying we don't do that. And that's, look, not these excuses. You all need to check your own people. If she was wrong, then she needs to say she was wrong. That's it. But when the apology is followed by y'all don't have to roast us like that. Y'all must, and shout out to CJ Marsh. Y'all must been waiting to say this. This is my favorite. Y'all just been waiting to say something. Right? Then guess what? Now it stops feeling like accountability and it starts feeling like image control. That's why Black Americans aren't stopping. We're not going to stop. We're going to keep roasting y'all. Y'all going to keep on getting roasted. Because what we're seeing is this. The insult was loud. The apology was gentle. And the correction of us is even louder than the correction of that woman. And the imbalance is the problem. You don't get to throw a punch and then dictate the volume of the response. You don't get to disrespect the whole group of people in their own country and then turn around and tell us that we need to manage our tone and the clapback. That's not how this works. If you want this roasting to stop, then the disrespect has to stop first. You want peace and unity, then consistency has to come with it. If you want, look, you can't have unity on your own terms. Because again, you can't apologize while you're still gripping the blade. And until that changes, Black Americans are gonna keep this same energy. Shout out to Mr. McKiddell. Now let me go ahead and get down because I got something else to say. Since y'all speaking so boldly, you got so much to say. Let's talk honestly for a minute. I want all you Haitians to come in. I want all you immigrants to come in here. Y'all so bold when you come to talking to Black America. And you Haitians, I don't hear y'all with that same energy directed at these Dominicans in the Dominican Republic. I don't hear Haitians calling Dominicans dirty. I don't hear open disrespect toward the Dominican Republic as a country. Y'all share the same island with each other. I don't hear these public insults toward that nation that directly controls your border, your trade, your economic leverage in the region. Why not? Is it because the Dominican Republic is some real consequences associated with y'all talking reckless about them? Is it because when you deal with a country that can tighten the border and disrupt labor and influence markets and affect your remittance and literally round y'all up and send y'all home, y'all treat them differently? Mm-hmm. See, let's be honest, when you're in spaces where there's power and enforcement and economic control, and the people there will put that work in on you, your whole tone changes. One of the most brutal events between these two neighbors was in 1937. This wasn't that long ago. Some of y'all got relatives who was allowed. On the orders of the Dominican dictator, Rafael Trujillo, the Dominican army unalived 30,000 Haitian men, women, and children along the border. You understand me? They say between 9 and 30,000 Haitians were unalived during the campaign with soldiers doing weapons like they had machetes, they had knives, they had clubs, widespread killings. And this massacre was so violent and absurd that the soldiers reportedly used Spanish. They used this word parsley, which is parajillo. And if they couldn't say that word right, boom, they were gone, because many of the Haitians speak with a Haitian Creole accent. And they struggle to pronounce certain words that native Spanish speakers could say. But see, look, that wasn't just the only time that the DR got with them like that. They had plenty of state-sponsored massacres. Many of the scholars consider one of the largest acts of violence against people of African descent in America. That's what that was. And it didn't stop there. The discrimination didn't stop. A range of immigration policies in the Dominican Republic continue to affect Haitians and people of Haitian descent. In 2013, they stripped Dominican-born children of Haitian ancestry of citizenship if their parents couldn't prove the status before a certain date. Basically, you don't even have a state anymore. People who've been there for years, you don't even have a state. Right now, you got ongoing crackdowns. You can go on the internet right now, look at them, the Dominican police hopping out the car, rounding up Haitian immigrants, forcing them to be deported, separating families, even pregnant women, separated from their children. So when you talk like reckless to Black Americans, you loud with us, you disrespect with us, right? And we got these accusations that are unprovoked. I want you to remember this. In a historical context, on that island where your nation sits, the people in the Dominican Republic have a history of real violence and discriminatory policies towards Haitians. But you're not talking to them like that. You Haitians justify public disrespect towards foundational Black Americans. What does it say about Haitians and their attitudes towards Black Americans? What does it say to us if we listening to you? You don't have the same smoke for the people in the DR. It says to me that you're cowardly and you're from a fleeing culture. That's what it says to me. Because, see, your boldness shouldn't be limited to Black America. You should be big and bad. Your big badness should be consistent. You should talk everywhere the same way. Not only when it's convenient, because you got a bunch of Black Americans. We chill. We not worried about you. We got our money. We good. We don't worry about y'all. But y'all come to the United States, especially when you come to Black American spaces, and suddenly the language gets reckless. Suddenly that you bold and you bad. Suddenly it's an entire lineage being insulted. And see, that's what my people are reacting to. See, if you wanted to speak that way toward a country that shares your island, you won't talk to them like that. You wouldn't speak that way toward a government that controls your economic flow and your livelihood and that put BTA on you. Y'all know what BTA, you know that? Belt to ass. You don't talk to them Dominicans like that. No, you don't. Because you know, its consequences can be immediate. And see, that's why that language, they're a little too comfortable with us. And that's not hate, that's pattern recognition. That's what it looks like to us. See, they respect where there's enforcement. They're bold where there's tolerance. And Black Americans are done being a safe target for all y'all. That goes to all you immigrants anywhere. We're tired of you not going to come over here and disrespect us in our homeland and make our life harder, because these white supremacist racists will get this rhetoric and they will turn around and recycle it and throw it against us. We know how our country works. Now, I'm going to say this again. If you Haitians don't call Dominicans dirty, why is the word so easy when directed towards us? If you don't publicly disrespect the Dominican government that directly impacts your survival, why is the disrespect to us so comfortable? See, that's the inconsistency that we see. And when people see selective boldness, they stop taking the apology seriously, because real respect doesn't change because because your leverage is lost. Now let's go a little deeper. Y'all want to go a little deeper? Y'all want me to stop now? Y'all want me to stop now? Because I got something to say. I've been saving this up all week. Would y'all like me to stop? Because there's some more I got to say. I'd like to go a little deeper. I just want y'all to think about something. Let's be very transparent. Haiti is treated by its neighbors, not just the Dominican Republic, but many of these other countries in the Caribbean. When Haiti is in a crisis, when people are fleeing violence and hunger and instability, the countries right around it won't open the doors for it. Some of these countries have explicitly refused to accept Haitian migrants or asylum seekers, even when pressured by the United States or other large governments to help. Take St. Kitts and Nevis, for example. Its prime minister agreed to participate in deals to accept certain migrants or refugees, but he made it perfectly, absolutely, certainly clear that his country will not be taking Haitian nationals. Let me get this straight. You willing to take some people from El Salvador, you willing to take people from China, from Russia, from Africa, but you don't want the Haitians, and the Haitians are right down the street. Right? And other Caribbean governments, while they're willing to negotiate with the United States on border refugee agreements, and they've done so with conditions, but they still don't want Haitians involved. They make exceptions for Haitians. We don't want them here. And this isn't accidental, because across CARICOM, the Caribbean community of 15 members, free movement is supposed to be a principal regional unit. You're supposed to be able to go from Trinidad to Jamaica to St. Kitts to all of them, right? But Haiti, they don't want you there. Largely because its neighbors see the ongoing crisis, they see the instability, they see the burden that these people bring. So what does that tell you? Hell, you even got big countries like in Latin America, like Venezuela, and as horrible as Venezuela is, they don't want Haitians coming there either. They don't want the Haitian refugees. And this is despite heavy political pressure to accept them. Look, Dominican Republic, Haiti's closest neighbor, has just said no. They suspended issuance of new visas for Haitians. They've tightened access across the border. They militarized this border. They deported hundreds of thousands of Haitians, even using crowded detention centers with harsh conditions. They continue policies that critics say treat Haitians as undesirables rather than fellow Caribbean people, and built walls and other controls to keep more Haitians from coming in. All of this is documented. So let's be honest about what that means. Now, I want you on the flip side, the Haitians love, the Dominicans love having black Americans come down there, don't they? I ain't seen a black American turned away yet. They want us there, but you are their neighbor and they don't want there. So let's be honest. If your closest neighbor on this little tiny island, right, a nation that controls trade routes and affects daily lives of millions, if it reacts to you with walls, deportations, and exclusion, if many of the other Caribbean nations who are also black won't take Haitian migrants at all, that says something real about Haiti. Because see, foundational black America, we don't know these people. We don't have any experience with that. If it doesn't stop there at a cruise, we don't even know where it is. If you can't get on Carnival Cruise Line, and after the breakfast is over, would they give you that sippy sweet Kool-Aid that you drink for breakfast? If you can't take a tour there, you don't even know what it is. It's not in our thoughts. So you all are not on our mind. But see, the people that know you the best, okay, the Caribbean countries, those Dominicans who are your neighbors, these are the people that know you the best, and they don't want to have anything to do with you. That says something real about Haiti, and that's no reflection on black Americans, okay? I'm not justifying it. I'm not saying it's true or not. But what it does do is reveal a regional truth most people don't talk about. Haiti is treated differently by its neighbors. Why? Why do they not get any compassion? Why? Why is there fear of these people coming to your country? Economic concern. Why are they making political calculations? And see, it matters when we talk about who gets respect and who gets disrespected. Because when people turn around and loudly insult a group of black Americans, a community that has embraced all people from all the diaspora, we've never attacked anybody, we've never tried to deport anybody, we damn sure ain't never oppressed any Haitians. You see? We haven't done anything, you all. But you quiet when it comes to confronting real historical and ongoing mistreatment by others. That exposes where your boldness really lies. and where it really doesn't. So you're going to be bold everywhere. If you're going to talk about trauma and wounds, understand the real history, who caused it. Shout out to B. Hunter. And if you're going to pick a target for public insult, i.e. dirty black Americans, at least know the difference between people who've harmed you and people who have helped shape a long, complicated regional story. Look here, boldness without context allows hypocrisy to walk right alongside it, and history remembers both. Now, that we've walked through this history, now that we've looked at the timeline, now that we've examined what your neighbors say about you, let me say this very clearly. The next time you fix your funky sap-I-say lips to call my people, black American people, dirty, don't. Because before you speak on us, you need to look in your own backyard. Look at the gangs that are running the entire neighborhoods in your capital. Look at the fact that the political stability has collapsed. Look at the kidnappings. Look at the insecurity. Look at the fact that your own people are fleeing in record numbers. You can wave that flag and talk about 1804 all you want. You can celebrate a revolution all you want, but 1804 was over 200 years ago. History is important, but history isn't present day accomplishments. At some point, y'all need to update your resume. You don't get to lean on one moment forever while you're currently in a reality that's crumbling around you. Pride without present stability is just nostalgia. And here's the part that really matters. You standing in the country that black Americans helped build, a country we bled for, a country we fought to integrate, a country where our ancestors were enslaved to lay the foundation, our country where we marched, where we were beaten and jailed and lynched and killed. This is where you are. All so we could integrate into a country that we helped build. The doors that we open are the ones you walk through. And you got the nerve to talk down to us on our soil. The soil that fed your opportunity, that gave you safety, that gave you a platform. That's arrogance, that's arrogance, that's arrogance. And that's the arrogance that foundational black American people are reacting to. Black Americans didn't invade you. We didn't deport you. We didn't strip you of your citizenship. We didn't destabilize your Haitian government. We don't direct frustration at you. You directed at us. If there are problems at home, y'all need to address them at your homes. If there's instability, you need to fix it. If there is pride, let it be backed by present strength, not just some past glory. We're not being hateful. We're being honest. Respect is reciprocal. Black Americans are done being the safe target. If you want unity, then you need to come correct. If you want respect, then you need to give it. If you want to speak reckless about black American culture, understand something clearly. We will respond. And it will not be a whisper. This is Uncle D, as I always say at this time. I'm out.
In the Spurling podcast. Hit the like button, subscribe.